Hello everybody, welcome back to Madden NFL 2004, right here on youtube.com/ShaunosaurusRex. Every Tuesday you can catch a new, fresh week of NFL action on the channel, so if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I'm posting new videos, and if for whatever reason this is your first video, hey, welcome on in. You're on episode number 76, so you got 75 other ones to watch, and this is a pretty simple, fun concept. Just ran a fantasy draft at the beginning of the season. We watch 3 games a week until we crown a Super Bowl champion, and we move through different games in various franchises. Not quite as wide a franchise or not quite as wide a game variety as I was hoping for, but hey, that is how it's just how it worked, unfortunately. We are, like I said, in Madden NFL 2004. It's week number 16. We have kind of one of the weird weeks where we have some teams that are in playoff contention, playing teams that are not in playoff contention. And it's just kind of unfortunate. We have our game of the week, which is going to be the Dolphins at the Bills. This actually is a huge game, and so is this Patriots-Jets game. Dolphins play the Jets next week, and that could actually be for a playoff spot. If, say, the Bills win this game, which means the Dolphins lose, and the Jets beat the Patriots, they'd both be 10-5. Could be playing for that 6th spot in the AFC. We'll also be taking a look at the Ravens and Browns in a very tightly contested AFC North. Likely, a team is going to have the only team from the AFC North that makes it in is going to be the division winner, just because of how well the Broncos, the Broncos, the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Jets, how well all of them have played, and you could throw Kansas City in that discussion as well, and how poorly the AFC North and the AFC South have fared, have made it to where teams that have worse records are going to make it into the playoffs by virtue of winning the division, whereas teams with better records, if you just ranked them 1 through 6, would have made it in. But they won't because of the rule set. Let's see. Then we're going down. See, like Texans, they're an interesting team to look at, 7-7, but they're playing a 4-10 Titans team. That's not interesting. Then we're going to check out the Saints taking on the Jaguars. Jaguars are currently in the lead of the AFC South. I don't remember exactly. I think the Texans are just a game. The Texans are a game behind them. I don't know if they can clinch the division. I think if the Jaguars win and the Texans lose, they might be able to clinch the division. But the Saints are on the outside looking in, and they're very reliant on the Philadelphia Eagles, who are playing the San Francisco 49ers. Again, another one of those teams that would be interesting to look at because they're 7-7, fighting for a playoff spot. But they're playing a 3-11 49ers team, so not all that interesting. Bengals-Rams is a pretty good one, but the Rams have clinched a playoff spot, and they're 10-4. The Bengals currently lead the AFC North. So I thought about throwing that one in, but we'll just stick with these 3 because I think they have the most variance for playoff potentials. And you know what? We'll go with the 7-7s. We will go with the Ravens taking on the Browns. I'll adjust my notes here. Whoops. Hold on. Delete that, return, paste, over, X, camera hide, so I can get the thumbnail. You know how it goes. Hey, loading screens are always great times. Loading screens and autosaves are great times to make sure that you've subscribed and rang the bell. We'll be crowning a champion here in the in Madden NFL 2004 towards the end of June. So get excited for that. I'm very curious. The AFC is the more interesting division or conference because of how tight the AFC North and the AFC South are, and how well teams have played in the East and the West. I've made it very interesting. Right now we have 2 7-7 teams. The Bengals cannot quite clinch the division just yet, but if the Bengals win out, they should have the division. They should have the division for them, and they would be the AFC North representative in the playoffs. We have seen a lot of the Cleveland Browns lately. I understand that. Usually once we hit about week 12, week 13, we do get a lot of the repeat teams just because it's interesting.
To tone down their aggressiveness and not overplay anything.
And I believe Cincinnati has a divisional opponent next week, but I forget who it is. I took a quick peek at week 17. That Jets-Dolphins game could be huge. Cincinnati's playing one of these teams. That could be very big. Say Cincinnati were to lose and one of these two teams, or whoever plays Cincinnati next week, wins, it would be a winner-take-all sort of situation.
Booming kick downfield.
So a lot going on. A few yards deep of the end zone, and the Browns will take a knee. And they'll be set up at 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Browns are they're lucky to even be in contention here for a playoff spot, as they did get that kind of miracle win in Seattle a couple of weeks ago. So they're very lucky to be where they are right now. Going with a first down pass play. It's incomplete. Good pressure by the Ravens there. Kind of forced a bit of a quick throw.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go.
And that is kind of my worst nightmare, looking for efficient drives. Instead, we're going to see, another pass play. Nice play-action pass there. Goes for the completion to the right side. And it is it's a 3rd down we got. 3rd down and inches. Going Dom Tomlinson outside, well read by the Baltimore defense. Stretch that to the sideline, drop Tomlinson in the backfield for a loss. It's going to be 4th down.
It makes it very difficult to move the ball on offense.
Williams is looking for a good punt here. Here's the kick. Fair catch goal.
Kick is away, and it is fair caught at the 36-yard line or so. And that is where the Ravens will take over first possession of the game for
Well, I will say
Baltimore.
One thing I think we've learned from the last couple of seasons is that a great defense beats a great offense. This one could still go either way.
They'll go from the I formation.
Of course, it could still go either way. John Madden, we're 43 seconds into the game.
Gets the pass off.
There's a throw to the left, and that is wide of the intended receiver.
I asked Coach Davis about his preparations for this game. He said they need to be able to finish the game strong. They've had some problems becoming complacent after getting a lead, and Al, he assured me that will not happen in this one.
Thanks, Melissa. Throws it. This pass is incomplete, so he ends up overthrowing his target.
That pass was clearly overthrown.
Defense. The crowd chances. We have seen a lot of incomplete passes here. Not what we're looking for.
Martin lines up behind his fullback in the eye.
There's a throw. It's off the hands and incomplete. Receiver was turning as the ball arrived, and that should have been a completed pass for a first down. Instead, it is a dropped pass, and that'll be
establish some consistency when you're the quarterback and your receivers are dropping passes. It should be catchy.
That'll be a 4th down.
Norman will come into this game to punt. Branch is the deep return man. Here's the punt. A lot of open field as he takes the punt.
38-yard punt.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
Clicking around for just a moment. So 1st and 10, pretty good field position around the 30-yard line. They're going to try with a run up the gut, but nothing doing. Ravens defense really showing why they're in contention for a playoff spot. Obviously, you don't want to rely on defenses coming away with 3-4 picks a game and stuffing the offense every single week, but do it just enough to maybe get the offense into a bit of a rhythm and get clicking into the playoffs. But it was not a...
Sets up, dropping back, steps up into the pocket with the throw.
Oh my gosh, and speaking of the interception, it's going to be a Ravens pick 6.
Touchdown
Oh my goodness.
Pass rush had a lot to do with that
Woolfolk,
interception.
Woolfolk
was pressure. They forced
coming
the
in with a
quarterback
one
to
tackle,
get
a
rid of it
rookie
before
with a
he's
pick
ready.
six in
When
Cleveland
Russell
here to give
throws
the
out
Ravens
there,
a 6-0
bad things are gonna
lead.
happen to this offense.
I was going to say that the Ravens offense really not showing a lot of life there. The defense looks like it's carrying the brunt of it, and they cash in right there. Bit of an errant throw, nice easy interception, and a nice run back.
They'll line up for the extra point. The kick is up. The extra point attempt is good. And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
I knew there was one thing I needed to do before I started recording this video, and I totally forgot.
From the
The
4-yard
return, or
line.
the kick return will start from the 3, and he won't even get to the 20-yard line. Terrific job by the coverage team there, or the
They'll do a
coverage
better
unit.
job, I think, of
It'll
protecting
be
the
first
ball
and 10
this
from the
time around.
19-yard line, and we'll see what this Cleveland offense
The
can
backs are
do.
lined up in an eye.
Coming off the pick 6.
Witten, the motion man. On the carry.
There's the run that they have been looking for. Solid start to this drive.
The quarterback gets set with only
Third
one
and
back
or
behind.
9 3/4 gain there, and it sets up second down in inches. Nice throw from Garcia out to the right side. That's going to pick up the first down of the game for either team.
Crunch time.
Not the stat that you really want to see this this deep into the first quarter, but that is what we are working with. A couple of offenses that feel like they need a little bit of time to get into a rhythm here. We're not even 2 minutes in.
Using motion. It's the toss to the left.
Offset I formation. Tomlinson pitches to the left. They're going to
42-yard line.
dive at his feet again, stretching that to the side. A nice job kind of reading what they were doing and shooting into the backfield and getting them down. There's surprisingly no gain on the play or no loss, just a straight second and 10. Short drop. He's going to throw to the outside. And oh my goodness. It was a really bad route, and then he ran backwards for 5 yards.
Coverage, and that's his third
For a
catch.
5-yard loss, and that is just a disastrous play. Thankfully, though, from my
Third
perspective,
and long.
completed pass.
Ball on their own
I'll
36.
start winding this clock a little bit. Third down and 16 following the 6-yard
Back.
loss on the pass play. They're going to go with that same sort of thing again, little screen, wide receiver screen or
Didn't
something.
surprise the defense. They were right
Pretty
there to
awful.
tackle the ball carrier.
Probably lost another yard or two. So 4th and 17, they'll give him a loss of 1.
Henry will go back to accept this punt.
So Cleveland picked up the first down of the game and promptly did nothing with it.
Here's the kick.
It's going to be a punt,
And he signals
and it
for the
is
fair
into the
catch.
corner.
Hey, no reason to
Pretty
take the
nice-
chance
pretty
and
nice
risk
kick.
a fumble. Smart
Went
move
with the
there
coffin
by the
corner.
returner.
Probably didn't get it as deep as he wanted, but did force the fair catch at least. Good coverage
goal for
on
the
that one. It'll be
I-formation.
1st and 10 for Baltimore. Their second possession of the game.
Glover
I
gets set.
formation.
They'll pass on the first down.
He's going to drop back. Ooh, he's going to run right up the middle. Find a bit of
Second and short.
bit
This
of
might
room
be the
right up the
easiest
gut, and
conversion
Jake the
team will
Snake
face
Plummer
today. That was a gutsy
getting
play
off
by
to
the
a good
quarterback
start on this
to get
drive
that kind of
with
yardage
the
on
run.
first down.
for about the same that Ladini and Tomlinson had on the Browns for previous possession.
Only one man back. Man in motion.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Pressure coming. Throwing.
Throws and finds a completed pass to the right
He
side.
makes a terrific catch
Man
for the
coming
first
across
down.
the middle,
Even
and
the
he'll
receiver was surprised how quickly
convert
that one
for a
got to him.
first down. Curtis
That's the
Martin
kind
in
of
the
thing you
backfield,
just
it looks
hope
like.
you can hang on to as it goes by.
First and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Dropping back to pass on first down.
Oh, Jake the Snake Plumber can't slither his way out of that sack. That's just a really, well, it's hard to have a bad rush when the offensive line decides not to block you. Straight through into the backfield, easy big hit on the quarterback.
Now they're looking at second and long after
Second
the sack.
and 16. Boy, these offenses really mirroring each other. A first and 10 to a second and inches, to a first and 10, to a second and 16.
Brings up third down.
The incomplete pass on this will leave it at a third and 16 for the Baltimore Ravens.
So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long third down situation. Ball on their own 41. Plummer sets up.
Plummer drops back, throws, and it's almost intercepted. That was into 4 Cleveland defenders. Got tipped, and I am surprised that it did not get picked.
Than he had right there.
So fourth down and 16. We'll see another punt here.
The lineup for what will be his second
What
punt of the game.
might be a
Here's
pretty
the
good
punt.
first game. It's good. I'm glad we didn't put this one last.
That was a
It'll
smart
be
thing
fair
to do.
caught
The
deep
coverage team
in
closed
their
for a
own
big hit.
territory. First and 10 from the 13-yard line.
Using motion. They give it to the
They go with
halfback.
a handoff. Finds a little room on the left side. Tried the juke move, but couldn't quite get away from him. Sidestepped twice, but the defender not fooled at all.
Second and 6. Ball on their own 17. Again with a carry.
Deep in the backfield, he'll get tackled for a
This
loss.
defense is
So
extremely
third
active
down
and
and
effective
long.
up front.
Both teams
They do
need
a good
to,
job of getting upfield quickly, creating havoc in the backfield. Misdirection plays and draws can be a good way to use their speed and aggressiveness against us.
With 1 quarter of play, separated by a touchdown.
Separated by a
Score,
pick
Baltimore,
6 to be
7.
exact.
Cleveland,
7-0 your
0.
score through 1.
The teams have switched sides
Kind of a
and will start the second
Bad
quarter.
start to the... Ugh.
7
This
yards
was
to
a good
go.
game to fix that
Ball on their
video
own
and
17.
title and description real quick. Third down and 7 at the start of quarter number
Powers
2.
gets set. Throws it.
There's a throw to the right side. Finds a nice completion up near the 30-yard line. That should be completion to Dion Branch out there.
This is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that first
It's a really
down.
nice throw. Good timing there by those two to convert for a first down. Kerry Collins now with 3 consecutive completions.
The backs are
Unfortunately,
lined
the
up in
first
an
2
I.
went for a total loss of 7 yards.
9-yard line.
We're going to go I formation off the side.
Just about a 3-yard
Balls
gain
forward
there.
for a few extra.
Second and 7. Ball on their own 32.
Maybe Cleveland just needed to flip the field. Get to the second quarter, all of a sudden they're good. Second and 7 following the 3-yard gain. We're going to go with another run.
They'll bring them down.
We'll
at
get
the
tackled down
34.
by the
They're gonna give
nameplate, or
about 1.
more likely the shoulder pads. Just kind of a weird animation. And it's very quickly going to be third down and probably 6.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
And what felt like it was going to be a promising drive kind of
Tomlinson.
quickly stalled out. But a good play action pass there. It's off the back of the
Incomplete
defender.
pass. He somehow
It's a good
got that
concept. I
pass
like it.
off.
They
That's a
ran
right decision in
several
that
times
case.
in a row.
Get rid of the ball
Go with the
and take
play action pass.
incomplete.
See if you can catch the defense napping a little bit. Just a really bad throw by Kerry Collins right into the back of the defender.
Henry
And
lines
that
up deep for the punt
kills
return.
the drive.
Here's the kick. And he chooses not to
Fair
return this
catch
one.
from
He did the right
at
thing.
the 20-yard
Concentrated
line.
and caught the
So
ball.
1st and 10 here. It's kicked back to
1st and 10.
Baltimore.
Ball on their own
I
20.
got a little confused there. Neither offense is doing anything, and it's like somehow, surprisingly, somehow hard to keep up with. There's a nice defensive play in the backfield. Got to Curtis
He
Martin.
didn't go for the misdirection
Before he
route.
could get
Followed
anywhere.
the ball and got in there to make the play very quickly.
2nd down and probably 14 coming up.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 16-yard line.
Campbell, the man in motion. Dropping back.
2nd down and
Pressure.
13. We have a penalty flag as he
Flag
goes
down.
deep
Drops
and
the
almost gets
interception.
picked off. They're going to call an offsides. So it's a free play for the Baltimore offense. So even if he had picked that ball off, it wouldn't have
That
meant
drives the
anything.
defensive coordinator crazy. They're giving this offense yards.
And a free 5 will set up 2nd down and 8, negating the nice loss that they got on 1st down.
Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on their own 21. Martin, the deep man.
2nd and 8.
21-yard line.
They'll go with a run once again.
Over the
Still running.
handoff.
Down he goes at the 28-yard line. Nice pickup on the ground, maybe about 6. About 2 to go. Ball on their own 28. The Ravens using motion.
3rd down and 2 for this Ravens offense. Cleveland looks like they shot the gap very
Stuck
well.
on that play, John.
And they
They're
will
just
stop him
relentless
well
when the
short of
offense
the line
decides
to
to run
gain,
the
and
ball.
it'll be
They
4th
break down
down.
blocks very quickly. And they do a good job maintaining their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunities.
Apparently I need more caffeine.
So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Here's the punt.
The kick is away.
He's waving for the
It's
fair
a
catch.
fair catch
That's
yet
a good job
again.
of
Good
getting
job by both
downfield by the
coverage
cover
units
team to force
and
the
both
fair
punters,
catch.
making sure that they don't kick it too far so that there is an opportunity for a return. First and 10, they'll go with a nice run off the right side. Tomlinson with all kinds of room.
When you talk about taking
Finally
the
got
man out
slowed
of
up
play,
by one of
this is
those
what you're
Ravens
talking about.
defenders.
You know, this is the kind
Looked
of
like it
block
might
that
not.
guys dream about.
That
I mean,
block
he
wasn't
just
anywhere near the
unloads on
play.
that guy.
But still a nice block, a little pancake there. Looked like Tomlinson actually was looking pretty good, but went with a stiff arm, and that slowed him down just enough for another guy to shove him in the back and tilt him over.
So they have
Still a
first and
very
10 here.
positive play for
Ball on the
Cleveland, who hasn't done a
47-yard
whole
line.
lot on offense. They are in Raven territory.
They'll pass on 1st down. With the throw.
Collins throws over the middle, and that
This
was
one
right
falls
to a receiver that
incomplete.
looked
Not much
wide
touch on
open.
that pass.
The man
Off his
tried to
leg,
put a little too much
incomplete.
oomph on that throw.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
So 2nd and
the
10
carry.
following the
Play
incompletion.
action.
Going with the play
It's
action
the
pass
pass
out to the right side. Love the play call. Able to slip inside the defender, and he's going to be inside the 5 and free and clear for a touchdown. Love the play action pass. Nice move by Branch on the outside. Thought he was going to get driven out of bounds, and it was just going to be a positive play, not a touchdown, but a nice move. He's able to let Cleveland pick up 6, and it is now extra point pending, a tie game. Cleveland finally showing one of these offenses can get into a bit of a rhythm.
Hansen
and
comes
actually
in to
bother
attempt
to
the point
score.
after.
Kick
And
is
it's
up.
on his way.
And the
The
kick
point
is
after
good.
Quickly and
46-yard
effectively. Down the field
pass
they
from
went
Collins
for a
to
touchdown.
Branch.
When you score that quickly, you get the
We're all
defensive
knotted up.
coordinator a little worried. Starts to wonder how his guys gave up a touchdown so fast.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 26.
Short kickoff. From the 9-yard line. The defense will try to force them to punt again as they did
Pretty
the
average
last time
starting
the
field
offense
position
had the
for the
ball.
league around this time, right about the 20-yard line.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
2:17 to go here. Cleveland, all their timeouts and the 2-minute warning could give them an opportunity to get the ball back. We're going to see a false start here.
And
This is
there's
about
a
the
flag
last
on
thing
the
you
play.
want to see if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan.
Early movement there.
The offense needs to do a better job focusing.
So now it's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Plummer gets set. Dropping back to pass on 1st
Baltimore
down.
looking at a
Throwing
1st and
short to his
15
left.
now. Not a
Good
great
play
throw
by the
from
defender to
Plummer.
get in
Looked
there
like
and
he was
disrupt
trying
the
to
pass.
sidearm
He
it,
had
but
no choice but to get rid of the
everything was
ball.
a mess, and the pocket hit as he threw, and it went right into another offensive lineman.
15. Ball on the 17-yard line.
Saves Cleveland a timeout.
Almost
some
at the
time on the
2-minute
clock.
mark now.
2:14
The
to go here.
Ravens using motion.
2nd down and 15.
Tosses it right.
Pitch to the right side. Nice job
He's
bouncing
knocked
it
down
wide.
by little.
The
They're
same
waiting
thing
for
that
him as he
the
tries to take it
Baltimore
to the
Ravens have done to the
That run
Cleveland
started
Browns running
off
game.
going east and
Cleveland
west,
is now doing
just
to the
fast,
Baltimore
and
running
it
game.
got worse, and it
Seeing
went
that they
south.
want to go wide, stretch it, toss it, whatever. Meet them in the backfield.
Here's
Force
a
them
look
to
at
the
third
sideline.
down
Do not let them
success
set
rate
the
of
edge.
each team.
Third down and
conversions is a
19
keeper
as we hit
stat.
the
When you
2-minute
convert on
warning.
third down, you keep 3 things.
This
You
Baltimore
keep your drive
offense
going,
looks
you keep their
absolutely
defense on the
abysmal.
field, and you
Don't
keep
remember the
your
last time we
defense
had
resting on the
Baltimore on.
sideline.
Plummer gets set.
I don't remember looking at them looking quite this bad. We're going to get sacked.
By little.
And Cleveland's going to take a timeout now. They might get bit here by the timeout menace that has been plaguing this
Keep their
game.
inside foot up, or they're going to get beat again and again.
So the punt team gets ready as we near halftime.
Ravens back in week 7.
Unable to get anything going on that series, they'll have to punt it away here. Here's the kick. Fair catch.
There was no
Fair
need to
caught,
try
and
and
it's a
return
pretty
that one.
terrible punt.
And
They
he
are
made the
going to
right
get
decision
great
there.
field
They'll
position.
try to mix things up here, but make
Oh
sure
my
not to do anything
goodness.
to jeopardize at least a field goal attempt before the half. Collins sends a man in motion.
So plenty of time here for Cleveland. They will probably take that second timeout at the 1-minute mark. With a run left side, Tomlinson slips a couple of tackles, picks up a good gain.
What they're doing here is keeping the defense
Give them
from
6
huddling
on
up.
that one.
It keeps the same
Go with a
defense
hurry
on
up
the
to
field.
set up 2nd down and 4. Offset I formation.
Closing in.
Collins
Gets the
drops
pass
back,
off.
throws off his
Incomplete
back foot.
pass. He just dropped
Incomplete
that
pass,
I just
kind of a
don't know how you
dangerous
lose
throw
focus in a
there.
football game.
Didn't seem like Baltimore had a great shot at getting to it, but he did kind of leave his receiver out to dry there. Third down and
With the
4.
pass.
Collins throws toward the
And he
sideline,
gets his
finds a
guard.
receiver
Can't draw it up
past
any
the
better
sticks,
than
and that'll be
that.
1st
Textbook
and
first down.
10.
Here's a no huddle.
I'll mark him
It's a
down
good
at
way
the
to keep the defense off
26-yard line. As Cleveland hustles to the line.
With the throw.
Oh, nice inside slant route. He'll reach out towards the 10.
Not
Again,
only
a
did the
first
quarterback show off his
down
strong
for
arm,
Cleveland.
but the receiver displayed some amazingly soft hands. A great throw with an even better catch.
Penalty flag
Goes
down
an
as
easy
Collins
way to pick
goes
up
toward the
first
end
down.
zone. He's going to be picked off But hold on, there is laundry on the field. This could be Baltimore's second pick six of the game, but we have seen some offsides called, and that is what it is. It wipes out a 95-yard interception return for a touchdown that would have given Baltimore the lead just before the half. Instead, it's 5 yards the other way and negates that.
So following the
we have seen that more recently in these hurry-up offenses, that one of the defenders just does not get back, and it's an easy call for the officials.
On the carry, under pressure.
Collins with a pretty terrible throw off the play-action pass.
Yeah, you're not talking about
Hit as he threw, but he threw it into three Ravens, which is never good.
To make the play, especially down here in the end zone.
So with their second down play, they'll try to move closer to the end zone, and with timeouts left, could try to do it through the air or on the ground.
Second and 5. Tomlinson, he's going to be stopped. Tomlinson is going to be stopped short of the line to gain. But he had a pretty free and clear path up through that gap on the right side, but Baltimore's defense does a good job recovering. It sets up a 3rd down and 1. 51 seconds to go. Tomlinson is going to dive, but he got kind of weirdly angled. And instead of diving toward the goal line, he dove flat across, parallel to the goal line in the first down marker. And it's going to be 4th down and 1. Huge stop for the Baltimore Ravens defense. And a good job regrouping and making sure that they get that stop following the penalty that erased a interception return for a touchdown. Good clock management here. We don't usually see this, so it's pretty nice when you do. I'll snap it just still a little bit too early, but they were still going to have to kick the ball off. Anyway, 18-yard field goal caps off the 4-play, 3-yard drive.
We get ready for the kickoff.
It's a weird stat line because it's counting it after the interception. Very weird.
The kickoff team
Not
lines
even
up.
close to the garbage can that was over there. Not even close.
From the 3-yard line.
Runs up to the 20, hits the 25, and gets past the 30-yard line.
It's been an even game so far. We'll have to see who can take control on this drive. I don't think they can do much more than just throw one long. So I'm sure the defensive coach is telling his guys, don't get beat deep.
To the air on 1st down. Throws it.
There's a throw down the left sideline. Oh, he broke the tackle. He has one man to beat it. He can't beat him. It's a huge play, but they run out of time. Interesting to see him initiate the contact instead of trying to run up the sideline and pull away from him. But dang, that's the best play the Ravens had had all day long, and it came at the worst possible time for them. And that, I think, was probably longer than a 50-yard play, or right about, so I think that's their entire collective offense right there, because they did have a lot of
Williams comes in to kick off.
a lot of yardage lost. So,
Not a real deep kick.
Darn.
Should be returned.
if he gets down just a little bit sooner, maybe they have an opportunity to call a timeout. As we see the kickoff return to barrel, kickoff returner barrel through a couple of tackles and get them set up at the 26-yard line. 10-7 your halftime score.
So
Baltimore jumped out to a 7-0 lead. Cleveland scored 10 unanswered to take a lead into the break very easily. Could have been 14-7 in favor of Baltimore, but an offside penalty wiped that out. They're going to go to Jake the Snake Plummer. He's going to throw an interception. He went off the play-action pass. Left side, same side that he went to on the previous big play, a.k.a. the only big play, and he throws a pick. Giving the ball right over to Cleveland, who's going to start in Baltimore territory for the
Throwing.
Oh my goodness, that
Ooh,
should have been
nearly
intercepted on the
up
back
they go, and
end.
it's almost
Oh,
And he's lucky to come
he
away
had
with
his
only
hands
an
on it and
incompletion.
everything. It is
And he
a
was thinking big
god-awful
play.
throw.
The defense
It's a
was back
jump
INT.
throw off his back
Action
foot,
for this play.
winging it into the defense, and that should have been an interception. Kerry Collins very lucky here to start quarter number 3. Lobs over and just says, you know what, I'll throw the pick this time.
Well, the
And
defender was all over that
we
one.
have
That was
a
a great pick. He was
mess
reading the quarterback
to start
like a
quarter
book.
number 3. Absolute mess to start this half. 2 interceptions, one by each side, and Baltimore's going to get the ball right about where Cleveland had the ball.
The offense gets ready to go following the interception.
Baltimore's defense keeping
The
the
Ravens
offense in
using
the
motion.
game. Both teams sitting at 7-7. They're going to need a little bit of help
A lot of room
to get into the playoffs. They have to win the division to make it in.
Gain of 8 on the play.
Second and 1 coming up. Ball on the 41-yard line.
These teams can max out at 9 and 7.
They line up in the I formation. Closing in.
Jake the Snake Plummer.
Now, the key to
They're
this
gonna, I
first
think,
down
give
is the
him the
fact that
first
the
down
defense
yardage.
lost containment
I like
on
it.
the
He
quarterback.
stepped back,
He was
hit
out
the
there
top of his
running
drop,
around,
looked,
and
didn't
that
see
time
anything
he got the
immediately.
first down.
Had enough of a hole up the middle to work with and got the first down.
First and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. You got it.
So first and 10 for Baltimore in Cleveland territory. Throw to the right side. Nice completion. Going to get a 15-yard face mask penalty tacked on to the end of that. So that'll
That'll be
really
15
help him out.
yards.
Get him all the way down to the
See what he
17.
did
I
was
mean,
he
they're in
grabbed
the
it and he held
field
on
goal
to it and tried
range.
to bring him down with it. Now, if he would have just grabbed
Should
it
be
and let
easy
go,
peasy
it would
for
have been a
Baltimore to
5-yard
tie this
penalty.
game up. Camera angles are super weird. They want to show the coach reaction, but
First
for whatever
and 10.
reason, it just like it pans up out of the way, or they're just not in frame at all.
Another run.
Gonna go with a run for Curtis Martin, trying to go up the middle.
1 yard gain.
Cleveland right there to stop him.
It's second down and 9 to go. Plummer with a man in motion.
Give him a little bit of a gain. Second down and 9. Pitch out to the right side. Nice spin move to avert disaster.
Cleveland comes out in a dime package.
Third down and 8.
Sixth play of this drive. Drops back, throwing.
Plummer almost did the one thing he
Watch how
should
this
not
defense
have done.
comes up with a big
The
stop.
one
Back
thing
up
you
in their own
cannot
end
do
zone,
in
trying
this
to keep those guys
situation
off the board,
is
and they make
throw
a play like
an
that.
interception.
That's a heck of a defensive
Cause
play.
a turnover. Give the ball away, and he almost did it right there. Terrible throw. I like the idea, kind of. But the execution was so bad, I kind of hate the idea in the first place.
It's
The kick is up, and the kick is good. So an 8-play, 33-yard drive ends with a 32-yard field goal by Billy
He's back for
Condiff.
the kickoff as we take a quick glance
And
at
we
his
are all
return
knotted up
numbers.
at 10 with 3:01 to go here in the third quarter. Oh my goodness.
The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 22 back to return.
Short kick. He didn't get much of that one. From the 11.
From the 11-yard line. Branch gets it up past the 20 to about the 23, and that will be where Cleveland will start the drive. First down and 10.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 24. To the air on first down.
Collins steps back, hits the top of his drop, and finds a receiver past the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10 for Cleveland.
He can throw him short, he can throw him long, he can throw him medium, he can throw him anywhere.
I'd like to see one of these offenses kind of just take control and work with a methodical drive down the field. I mean, it feels like whichever offense can get into enough of a rhythm to get accidentally into field goal range is going to win this game.
Using motion.
I would bet it would be Cleveland just because of the long play that they had with Branch on the right sideline.
Yeah, the quarterback did a heck of a job to read what the defense was
They
doing.
go Jackson there for a nice
guy.
completion. Ravens have not looked good at all.
1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line.
It's like a jumbo package. They're going to go left side. Thomas all kinds of room. He's trying all kinds of scoops and spins and jukes and all that sort of stuff, and he ends up losing the ball. Just one too many button pushes, R2, L2 circle combination not really working for him, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. And he could not have lost that ball at a worse point. They were in field goal range, or at least on the edge of field goal range. So we see a throw toward the sideline. But not only does he turn it over deep in Ravens territory, but he turned it over where there were about 8 Ravens just in the area. Somehow Baltimore almost didn't get that ball.
Cleveland comes out in their nickel package.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
And now they give it back to Baltimore with under 2 to go here in quarter number 3.
Drops back.
Plummer up the middle, gets enough for the 1st down. Again, hits the top of his drop, doesn't really see anything. Maybe it's a designed quarterback draw.
And that time, it got him a 1st down.
First and 10. Ball on their own 42. Looking to run it here.
Curtis
5-yard
Martin
pickup on that run by the
finds a
tailback.
little bit of room up the middle.
Gain on the play.
The Ravens line up with 2 backs behind the quarterback.
47-yard line.
Again with the run, fakes the handoff.
Well, they're going with that time. It's definitely a designed. I guess that's an option play. The Madden NFL 2003 version of the option, or 2004.
Quarterback's hands is important.
Can you imagine if I
You want to
accidentally
make
put
sure
in the
that he
wrong
doesn't
one?
try and do it too much, though, and get injured on the play.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 44-yard line.
So 1st down and 10.
McMichael, the motion man. They give it to the halfback.
Halfback gets spun down after a gain of a couple.
Yard gain on the play.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Plummer sets up. He'll get it again. Mark couldn't find any room on that one.
They really hustle on the defensive side of the ball. They're very good at clogging up the line, limiting the number of holes and cutback lanes at the
Real
back.
rough
as
play
they
there
choose
for
from.
Baltimore. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 10. Did we get this
44-yard
play
line.
before the quarter change? Most likely.
And this is the 7th play of this drive.
And we will. They'll snap it with 4 seconds to go. Plummer over the middle. He's going to weave his way through the entire secondary there.
And this offense is clicking.
And I
They're
don't know
making
what the
right
heck was
calls
going
at
on.
the
Maybe they'll
right
show a
time.
replay here. I kind of doubt it. But it did look like one of the Cleveland defenders went for a slide grab sort of thing, which was very weird. Or maybe he just kind of fell down. But we are going to end quarter number 3 with a score of 10-10. Baltimore in a terrific position to take the lead here.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
5 minutes to decide this one.
Plummer with a man in motion. Pressure.
Corner throws over the middle, finds a wide open receiver who looked like he kind of avoided the tackle at first,
And it's
but
a good thing he caught
does
it.
end
You
up
don't
getting
wanna drop
taken
those
down.
passes that are sure first down.
1st and goal. Can Baltimore cash in
First
for an
down and
offensive
goal to go.
touchdown?
About 5 yards out.
Get at him, D. Get in there,
Mark, the lone setback. The Ravens using motion.
On the left side, tries to find some room, but nothing doing. Tackled high right at the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal.
A lot of guys on our run
The
list.
ref just
And the
slowly
hole
walking
that
up.
play was
Drop
supposed to
the
go
ball.
through
You
was filled
drop the
with
ball?
defenders.
You want to drop the ball? Ball drop, please. Drop the ball.
Only one man back.
2nd and goal. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Again, he'll get the call.
With another handoff this time, or again left side. This time he's able to gain a couple. 3rd down and goal.
He'll get the call
Baltimore
again.
not really seeming to trust their quarterback.
This is exactly how
Just
you get the ball
force-feeding
in.
Curtis Martin. He's able
Behind the
to
center and guard,
take
keep
advantage of an
pushing and pushing
over-pursuing
until they're
defender
putting up 6
who was
points on
probably
the board.
committed to the play-action pass in that scenario. That's a really solid run into the end zone for 6. Baltimore retakes the lead here late in the 4th, or late stages of the game. I guess early stages, 4th quarter. It would technically be late stages of the 4th quarter if we were playing a regular game, but we're still early late here.
Cundiff comes in for
In
the extra
Cleveland.
point. And it's on its way. The point after is good.
Baltimore
So with 10
answers
plays
the
to run on
Cleveland
touchdown drive,
10-point
and it
run
seemed
with a
that each
10-point
play
run of
they
their
were
own
getting
and retakes a
positive
7-point
yardage,
lead.
finally get it into the end zone.
3:53 to
Very
go.
happy with the methodical way they were able to move the ball on that series.
They took their time, they moved the chains and really wore down those guys. The offense did a great job of moving the chain, and I think they looked their best right down there in the red zone. That's the kind of thing the coach likes to see from his offensive guys.
22 back deep to return.
Good
The
distance
kick is away.
from the
And
7.
from the 6-yard line up to the 20 to the 25, and
This
he'll
is
pick up
one
a
of
couple
those
past
spots where they
that.
have to put something
So
together
1st and 10.
because they're just running out of time.
Cleveland's got to go here.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Collins sends a man in motion. He hands it off. Breaks through.
Tomlinson's
They'll
going to try to
mark it
find
at
some
the
room off the
28.
left side.
Gain of a couple on that carry.
The run defense for the Baltimore Ravens has been stout for the most part. They've given up a few runs here and there, and even the biggest run that they gave up, they were able to force a fumble or at least recover a fumble on. So
Only one man in the backfield.
Collins hits the top of his drop, finds number 82, which is Jackson. Jackson will get all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Putting some heat on
Nice
your
little
throat.
timing route
This
there.
guy really let it
And
go.
it's 1st and 10.
First and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line.
Again with the carry.
Handoff. Ruiz gets grabbed at the shoulder.
Tomlinson has shown
This
why he's such a
Baltimore
threat on the
defense
ground.
maybe
He
getting
gets
worn
closer
down
to
a little bit. They give up
yards
a
rushing.
big run there to Tomlinson. Maybe set up nicely by the pass. A couple of missed tackles right at the line of scrimmage. Number 94 finally able to take him down, but not after the damage was done. 1st and 10 for Cleveland inside Baltimore territory at the 46-yard line.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 41-yard line. They'll pass on 1st down.
Throw to the right side, almost intercepted by Baltimore. That should have probably been
I
a
bet
pick.
you as soon as he let that go, he was wishing that he could have it back, because that could easily have been an interception.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Using motion. Closing in.
Collins drops back, deep pass down the right side into the waiting arms of Branch in the end zone for a long touchdown pass. Second long touchdown pass of the game for Cleveland.
Once he got free, it was off to the races.
Bullock not happy about that one, or Billick, Brian Billick, his name I goofed up in every possible way. Not a whole lot of effort there from number 26 to even get in the way. And we are an extra point away from a tie game. Had the terrible thought that this could go into overtime and end in a tie, which is awful.
Comes in to attempt the point after. The
kick is up, and the kick is good. So a 40-yard pass from Collins to Branch ties this game up at 17. And that first quarter was really rough. It's gotten a little bit better, but still not a great game. Pretty sloppy on both sides. Some dropped interceptions, some missed opportunities. Baltimore loses this game. They're really going to be kicking themselves on that offsides penalty, but we've seen that more frequently with that hurry-up offense.
Sends it sailing. From the 5-yard line.
From the 5 up to the 20, and he'll get spun down right there. They'll need 45 yards, 40 to 45 yards
on their way to a score
to try and get themselves into field goal range. 2:48 to go. Plenty of time to work with. I want to leave Cleveland with too much time themselves.
They give it to the halfback.
It's the second time that it's felt like Cleveland's kind of been down and out of a game. And then all of a sudden they're able to get a long pass for a touchdown.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
Dropping back. Under pressure.
Plummer throws over the middle. It's intercepted. Oh my goodness. Cleveland is as alive as they have ever been in this game. My goodness. So it's a 7-point lead, followed by big 10-point swings. That is wild.
Collins with a man in motion.
We could make it the third 10-point swing we've seen here. Tomlinson bounces off the first man, but can't bounce off the second. Find a little room off that right side.
It's second down and 9 to go.
It'll be second down and 9. Cleveland doesn't need to be in any rush here. They should let this run down to the 2-minute warning. I don't know if the game is not good enough for that. Tomlinson will fall forward.
They have great size and quickness up front.
So you take that down to 2 minutes. You still have second down to work with. You run 40 seconds off after that play. You run another 40 seconds off after the following play, and that leaves them, what, 40 seconds?
The Ravens come out in a nickel package.
Instead, we're just now hitting the 2-minute warning, and they're going to run a third down play, which means that Baltimore will get a bonus 40 seconds for free,
so they dug
because Cleveland doesn't understand how clock management works.
Situation. Ball on the 28-yard line. Drops back. Takes the pass off.
Throws over the middle. It's a sliding attempt at a catch, but the throw is just off as he got hit as he released it, and now Cleveland's going to have to settle for a field goal. And the Baltimore Ravens get all kinds of time.
This is going to be about a
They will have probably a minute 50.
And it's on its way. The field goal
kick is good. So Cleveland matches Baltimore's 10-point swing to match Cleveland's 10-point swing. And Cleveland now leads 20-17, a minute and 54 seconds to go in this one.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 37 back to return.
And a short kickoff. From the 14.
Inside the 15-yard line, he will get just pummeled down at the 24 or so.
There's still time left as they try to get into field goal range, but you would think most of the passes will go toward the sideline. Only one man back.
First and 10.
Get the ball. Ain't got nothing. Here come the heat.
To the air on first down.
Plummer's going to run with the ball here. Slips the first defender. He's going to fumble it and in.
That was a lucky bounce.
Baltimore comes up with the loose ball. Unbelievable. That was such a nice run by Jake Plummer. He was able to get out of the first tackle. He throws to his left. Finds a receiver.
The receiver did a great job reading the coverage. He found a hole in the zone, and the quarterback found him in that hole with the pass.
Dropping back, pressure coming, throwing.
Throws to the right side, finds a man right at midfield.
Keep the drive alive. And they're going without a huddle. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. He overthrew the target.
And you want to lead the receiver so that he can catch and run, but you don't want to lead him that much.
The Browns come out in a nickel package.
On the 48-yard line.
And this is the 5th play of this drive.
Second and 10 off his back foot. Somehow finds a receiver up past the first down marker.
Yeah, and this defense
We're going to hit the 1 minute mark, and we will see that dastardly timeout show
they're doing and put an end to this
first and 10
the quarterback's
with 1
going to be the
minute
guy
to
making
go.
this thing happen. He should realize that there's still a lot of time left, knowing it's only a field goal they need. As long as he can move them down the field quickly and avoid 3rd and longs, they'll have a chance to at least tie this thing.
Plummer keeps throwing off that back foot. The weird jumps off the back foot, and there's that weird double timeout thing that we see a lot. 1 timeout at the 1 minute mark. Immediate positive play, completion, or run, and they immediately take timeout number 2. If you're trying to run this clock dry, that's a terrible throw. If you're trying to run this clock dry and tie the game as the clock runs out, send it to overtime, you have got to take more time off the clock. We saw that with Seattle. Seattle got bit worse than anyone has been bit by the double timeout situation and lost the game because of it.
For an outlet.
Martin finds a little room up the middle. I like that play right there. You have plenty of time. Maybe that's when you take that second timeout, is right there. Just come up with the yards you need for the first down.
Tie it with a field goal. With this much time,
easy peasy.
I think I'd try to move my team closer and take a shot at the end zone.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
And this is the 10th play of this drive.
Second and 10. Plummer's going to try and run up the middle. That is a terrible decision right there. He'll gain 1 yard, but they're going to waste so much time on this. They cannot spike it here. Do not spike the ball. Plummer's just going to drop back. He's going to throw to the right side, and that somehow is a completed pass, but it's not enough for the first down. I thought that was going to be an interception by number 22, but it's a completion. Still a really good tackle there to at least force the field goal attempt rather than let them continue the drive.
And so looking to tie it up, the kicking team takes the field.
This is a good job by Baltimore.
The Ravens call a timeout.
They ice their own kicker. Very weird.
Number 3 is lined up for the field goal.
The kick is up.
Kick is up, and it is good.
And we're going
With
to
1
overtime.
second to go, and I jinxed myself by saying, what if this game goes to overtime? And guess what? It looks like we are going to overtime.
Mormon will be kicking off.
Lined up for the kickoff. Number 83, back deep to
Do we see a deep kick, or do we just see a little squib kick? I don't think that logic is in the game yet.
From the 7-yard line.
From the 7-yard line. Branch.
So it looks like we'll be going.
Got away from the first guy that hit him.
his time.
And what started as a pretty dull affair turned into quite the fireworks explosion as we are now tied at
Set to
20.
return the kickoff as we take a look at
Baltimore is
these
going to get
stats.
first crack at it. Boy, if you hate the overtime rules like I do in the current day and age, you'll hate them even more when they used to be, or how they used to be. Field goal for either team can win
Here's
the
the
game,
kickoff team.
regardless of if the other team even gets a shot at it. It's unbelievable that the NFL's overtime has been as bad as it is for as long as it's been
From the
as
seven.
bad as it is, considering that they had a pretty good
The
blueprint in
Ravens will
college.
start the drive from
Don't have to let them start at the
23-yard
25-yard line, maybe start on their own 40 or midfield, something like that. Each team should get a shot at it. Doesn't make any
Just a
sense.
great game to this point.
never made
And
any
we
sense.
Head to a fifth period. The
A
backs are
tie,
lined
I
up in
think,
an
really
I.
hurts both of these teams' chances at a playoff appearance.
Is creating
So
plenty of
one of these teams
problems for the
needs to come
offense.
away
3
with a
sacks
victory
in
to
the
put
game.
themselves in position
He needs to let the other guys
to
on defense get a sack.
hopefully get a shot
He's
at week
taking them all.
17.
Now they're looking
playing
at
their way
second and
in.
long after the sack.
6-yard sack sets up a second down and 16.
They'll go from the I formation.
I don't believe we've seen a tie yet this season. It's a terrible throw to the sideline. He'll get up to
22.
maybe the original line of scrimmage.
Gets through a strike.
We're still going to be third down and very long.
That's a nice play.
The Ravens line up in the
And
shotgun.
he was still a yard short of even the original line of scrimmage. Third down and 11. Cleveland's got to get off the field, and they need to get off the field now. This is the optimal down and distance to do it.
Gets rid of it.
Throws right side, finds a receiver, and they're going to give him the yardage,
This is a
which he
great
deserved,
call on third down to keep
to
this
get
drive alive.
the
They were in a
conversion.
tough spot here.
Plummer to
This is a heck of
Campbell.
a throw and catch to pick up that first down.
I love the throw. I love the timing there. Get to the sticks and expect it to be there
It's first
in
and
your
10.
chest.
Ball on their own 34.
First and 10.
Leave it off again. Martin couldn't pick up any blocking on that play.
The defense is always very aggressive when defending the run. They're extremely disciplined. They get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're running the ball.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Second down and 10.
Sanders moves in motion. They give it to the halfback. Martin wasn't able to get anything going on that play.
They got there and shut that play down very quickly. That's just a case of studying game film this week paying off. When you know what they like to run in certain situations, you can anticipate the play call and stop the play before it even gets started.
Third down and 11. Baltimore converted on their first third down and 11, and they're going to convert on their second third down and 11 this drive. The Cleveland defense is faltering at the worst possible
They
moment.
just couldn't converge on the ball in
They're
time.
letting Jake
and
the
now they
Snake
get a
Plummer
whole new set of
throw
downs.
his way down the field, and they've only needed third down and
Backs are
11.
lined up in an I.
Ball on the 42.
On the outskirts, field goal range. I mean, this would be like a 57-yard,
Back.
60-yard thing. That's a terrible sack by Jake Plummer, but it doesn't matter. They had a. Oh my goodness, the right side of that screen is a disaster for the offensive line of the Baltimore Ravens. Some kind of miscommunication let a free rusher into the backfield.
That's usually inside the 20-yard
And that interrupted my
line
sentence
and
talking
keep
about
the
Jake
offense
Plummer
off
doesn't
balance.
care. Second down and 16, no big deal.
Sets
They've
up.
already converted
Hands it
once
off.
on this one.
Loses the defender.
Oh no, Curtis Martin
Decent game, about
going
2
east and west, stiff arming a whole lot of nobody. And it is third down and long again for the Baltimore
Third down
Ravens.
and long coming up
Third
here.
and
Ball
13.
on the 44-yard line.
2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. High snap. Plummer sets his feet, rolls, fires, and it's intercepted by the Cleveland Browns. He's running to the left side. Gets tackled. It's fumbled. The defense recovers. The offense recovers.
That ball just took a
What
look
an
at that.
unbelievable
Right back to the
play!
offense.
Oh my goodness. It's going to give Baltimore a free first down
Following
An
the
interception
It's now first and
to
10.
a fumble. Hold on. Let's take a look at that replay. That is absolutely wild what we just saw. So we'll go instant replay here. We got the terrible camera controls, and I have Joy-Con drift on my PlayStation 2 controller. So Jake Plummer is going to take the snap here. It's a little high. Here is like alarm number 1, where you just go like, uh-oh, this is not going to go well. But Plummer does a nice job. Gets that high snap. Works with it. It's like these middle linebackers are kind of just working as a quarterback spy. Rolls to his right, which has been kind of a problem. That's where they've had some of their better rushers. Throws this one. Looks like he's going over here. This is the receiver that he wants. And I don't know if it's because he threw the ball, but this is your man right here. Look at how open number 82 is. Let's see. I mean, he's step for step, so yeah, okay, it was definitely because of the throw. But it's going to be intercepted. A nice interception there. I was trying to see if it got tipped or anything. Oh, R1 and L1. I mean, kind of. It's a weird one. Oh, come on. Left stick, please. Left stick, please. No. 32 is going to take it, run back up to the left side. Thought he should have stretched this further to the outside here, because you have this guy who's going to create the fumble. Looks like it's number 23. He took a really poor angle. If you can get around, you have Jake Plummer on the ground. You'd have to beat out Curtis Martin if he takes like a perfect angle. And then like this guy's an offensive lineman. If you stretch this to the sideline, I think you have a much better chance of making something happen. But he gets hit, stood up, and the ball clearly out by the time he hit the ground. And that gives Baltimore, like the fumble we saw earlier, just a lot of white jerseys in the area, and then one orange helmet, kind of just like lurking. And that's going to give number 79 an opportunity at a fumble recovery. And my goodness, a disastrous play.
Back to the game.
Sets up Baltimore with 2:18 to go in overtime with a 1st and 10.
To the tailback.
We're going to go with a handoff. He's going to try and bounce it left. He successfully does.
Gets a couple of yards,
a little bit of a weird play as he went right and then broke it back the other way. 7 total turnovers in today's game. And none more costly than that last one.
Nickelback in this time.
Ready for the 2-minute warning here in the overtime period. Just kidding. There is no 2-minute warning in the overtime period. My bad.
It's 3rd down with 3 to go. Ball on the 32-yard line.
A little surprised to see Baltimore. Well, I guess they could probably use all the yardage they can get. Plummer throws, fires, and finds a receiver. He'll get tackled at the 20-yard line. Looked like it was a bad. Someone hit triangle, looking for that interception with the defense, and that pulled him out of position and made that a pretty easy catch. And it looks like they will go for the field goal right here, right now. Cundiff's 2 for 2.
This is it. One chance.
This has to be it.
Win the game.
Neither of these teams can afford a tie.
It's on its way.
Cundiff is up. Cundiff is good.
He's rewarding his
4-play, 17-yard drive that was actually a lot longer than that. Ends with a 38-yard field goal. And the Ravens win 23-20 in a hard-fought and actually pretty exciting game. That first quarter was an absolute snooze fest. It's like a wait for it game. Like, hey, just trust me. It starts bad, but it'll get better. It'll get better. As soon as I stop clickety-clacking on the keyboard, it'll get better. Whew. Who would have expected that to be as exciting as it was? Pretty good one, and a fun little breakdown of what a disastrous turnover that actually was. As we take a look here at the franchise autosave. Just enjoy it together, everybody. All right. So let's take a quick peek at week number 17. It's Browns-Bengals. Browns-Bengals. Unfortunately, that was the game I kind of had my eye on. But it looked like the Browns were going to be able to pull that one out. But, whew. All right, let's go Saints taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Saints need a win here. Win to stay alive. They need to a win and a Philadelphia Eagles loss would flip those two. But they just need to win. Just keep winning. Hopefully somebody else will take care of the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think it's going to be the 49ers, so you're putting yourself in a real bad spot if you cannot get a victory today.
Memorable moments and incredible plays. Today's matchup promises more of the same as the Saints
and the Houston Texans, who took out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and maybe one of the most surprising results of the season. Alongside
this defense has been watching extra film all week because they're facing a dangerous duel. And it starts with this guy.
The 49ers taking out the Lions earlier this season.
Think the guy's covered, and boom, he fires one in between two defenders for a touchdown.
And we do have a pretty good game. I think it's the Rams and the Lions, I think, play next week. Maybe that was this week. Could be some playoff positioning there.
Always seems to make the catch in traffic. Stopping this combo hasn't been easy for many defenses, so we'll have to see what type of coverages they go with to prevent these two from doing a lot of damage.
Look at him down there.
I don't think the Jacksonville Jaguars can win the AFC South today, but a win kind of puts them. All they have to do, I mean, we're looking at two teams who just need to take care of their own business. Thankfully, they showed the AFC South standings as you have Jacksonville and Houston within a pretty close, within a game of each other, 8-6, 7-7. The Saints, they've been long out of the NFC South race because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ran away with it. Three teams, I think, competing for that first spot in the NFC. Could have a 10-win team as a
from the 6.
No, they're all in different divisions. As a 3 seed playing on Wild Card Weekend.
See if they can turn.
And on the AFC side, you're going to have potentially a 10-win team on the road for Wild Card Weekend, which is just an absurd thing to think about. 1st and 10, though, Jacksonville getting the ball first. In game number 2 of our triple header, weekly triple headers right here every Tuesday. And as I talk about routinely, just as a friendly reminder, the playoffs will be 3 weeks. It'll be 4 games per video, so if you like this, you're in for an extra game a week. And those videos will be long. They will be probably 4 hours.
First and 10. Ball on the 38-yard.
First down and 10 for Jacksonville. Off to a good start here.
Pressure.
Hit the top of his drop, throws right side, finds a receiver wide open.
Nice pass and
A little bit of a comebacker there toward the line to gain.
I think he left smoke in the ball.
I'm curious to see if that'll be 1st and 10 or 2nd and short. Looks like it will indeed be 1st and 10.
Will be missed at linebacker today. They're telling us he's going to need some type of surgery on his knee, so it looks like he's going to be out for quite a bit of time. Green, balloon setback.
I think the Eagles have a shot at the NFC East crown.
About a 4-yard gain there.
So the Saints, I mean, could make it in. Somehow the NFC East could send 2 teams in that are like pretty mediocre. I wonder if New Orleans could jump one of those teams if they were to both fall. And more surprisingly, could they jump Dallas? Not showing a good start here in the state of Florida. Jacksonville is looking really good coming out of this one. Coming out motivated, ready to just get into the playoffs. Ready to get a home playoff game.
They line up in the I formation.
Probably be the 4 seed, which means that they would play the Broncos, Bills, Jets, or Dolphins, depending on how things go for the rest of this week and obviously into next week.
And that's the type of thing that can
that
happen
Jets
when
Dolphins
you get this kind
game
of ball.
could be pretty
He's
big
gonna
as
move
well.
the ball.
Obviously, that's our next game is going to be the Dolphins taking on the Bills. That is for first place in the AFC East.
Ball on the 13-yard line.
So stick around for that. Jacksonville looking good on this opening drive into the 1st and 10. We're going to pitch left side. Saints with a nice job reading that one and shooting into the backfield and getting a loss.
New Orleans comes out in their nickel package.
2nd down and 12.
And this is the 7th play of this drive. Drops back. Closing
Jacksonville
in.
throws left side, and that is errands of everyone as the cheerleaders are frozen.
Down inside the 15. Ramsey gets set. Rolls right for the end zone.
Goes right side, finds the end zone, but it's incomplete. Really nice defense on the back end there.
Drops on third
Looked like it
down
was
that
going to be a
would've gotten
pretty
you
good
a first
completed
down, could
pass,
really
but
demoralize
instead,
a team. Your quarterback makes a good
good,
throw,
you know,
but the guy on
touchdown
the other
pass
end
right there,
can't
but-
come up with it.
good breakup on the backside.
Reed comes out, hoping to put points on the scoreboard for the first time.
So 4th and
The kick is
12.
up.
Nice long drive for Jacksonville. Ends with a field goal. It took 2 minutes, 21 seconds off the clock. 9-play, 60-plus yard drive. And that'll set up get this kickoff here. About half of the first quarter. That was what I was looking a little bit more for. That was what I was looking for in the previous game that we watched, but it was just
And the kickoff
incompletion,
team comes out
interception,
onto the field.
garbage.
Number 89.
Short kickoff.
Pretty short
From the
kickoff
12.
from the 11-yard line. He'll take it up to the 25. He gets around the
This play will be
coverage
the
team and
first
gets up
of
to the
game for the offense.
35-yard line.
Number 89 on the return.
And it'll be up to the, they'll mark him down at the 36, so really solid
one
starting
man
field
back.
position for rookie Carson Palmer and the New Orleans Saints. Nice job by Jacksonville. Dove right at the legs and knocked him
That's the
down
thing,
for a
to
loss
stop
of a
any kind
couple.
run between the tackles, you have to get
2nd
some
down
sort of
coming up.
penetration. You have to get into the backfield, and when you do that, you make the back change direction, making him go where he doesn't want to go.
Dang, they gave him a loss of 3 there. A loss of
The
13.
quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind
2nd
him.
down and 13.
33-yard line.
Under pressure.
Goes left side,
And he
finds a
makes the grab.
receiver.
No
Completed
trouble
right around the
making that
original
catch.
line of
That's
scrimmage,
what
so
these
3rd down
receivers are
and
always
long.
looking for, a soft coverage or a hole in the zone where they can break free and wait for the pass to get there.
3rd down and long coming up here. James is the deep back. Palmer sends a man in motion. Drops back.
3rd down and 8.
Pressure coming. Gets rid of
Deep
it.
drop, throws over the middle and into double coverage, but a nicely timed tackle
You
there
should credit
to
the
break up
defensive
the
line.
pass.
They do a nice job
And it'll
tying
be
up the
4th
blockers
down. They'll kick
and
it
can bring pressure
right
up
back
the
to
middle.
the Jacksonville
When
team
you
that just
combine
drove
their
down the
play
field
with the
without
fact that the
a whole
defensive
lot of
coordinator likes
resistance.
to bring additional blitzers from the
Saints
outside,
playing a
it
bend
can
but
make
don't
for a
break style of
very long
defense.
day for the quarterback.
Here's the kick. He gets
From
under
inside
field
the
and has
20,
a lot of room to
get up
run.
past the 25, and they are going to call a holding penalty. So kind of just took away all the yards that he had. Very weird play right there. But it'll be 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. And it didn't look, I mean, that wasn't anywhere near
So
what was
they have
happening.
1st and 10 here.
Very odd call. I mean, probably Jacksonville is thankful that it's not a clipping penalty.
Green couldn't even get out of the backfield.
This defense is extremely active and
Saints
effective
looking
up front.
much
They do
better
a good
to
job
start
of
here
getting
on this
upfield
2nd
quickly,
drive.
creating havoc in the backfield.
Defensively,
This
that is.
direction plays and draws can be a good way to use their speed and aggressiveness against them.
The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
Second and 11, going with a handoff again. Tries to find some room up the middle, but
John,
nothing.
He's hurt.
Unfortunately,
We'll get
though,
an update from
Donnie
Melissa
Jones,
as
Danny,
soon as the extent of
Donnie
the injury is known.
Jones is injured. Has a shoulder injury. We'll see if we get an update on him.
Here is a 3rd and long situation. Ball on their own 17. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
Ball on the 17-yard line.
Stepping up, gets rid of it. He hits his
Throws,
receiver.
but well short of the line to gain. Much better looking defensively for the Saints, who get a 3 and out on a Jacksonville team I thought was going to kind of just run up and down this field. Somehow the Jacksonville Jaguars, even with a 3 and out, more efficient than either the Browns or the Ravens in the last game.
Up deep for the punt return.
There is a nice kick return, and he is free and clear one guy.
He had an outstanding return.
I don't think it was actually going to end up being 2 guys that he needed to beat. 4 first downs for the Jaguars. The special teams for the Saints really doing a nice job. Set him up with good field position off the kickoff return, following the field goal. Terrific punt return right there to give him, get him basically into field goal range. Real good opportunity here for the Saints to tie this game at least.
Hand it off.
Go left side. Tries to find a little bit of room, but stopped short.
Just about a 3-yard gain there.
Or after a short gain, I should say. Stopped short, and then just there was more sentence in there somewhere, and I just didn't finish it.
Ball on the 21-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Give it to the halfback. Play action.
Goes with the play action pass. Throws over the middle. There was a lot happening in that, and I am surprised that it is a completed pass.
Catches look easy.
It just seemed like there was a lot of traffic over there. A couple of receivers right in the same spot.
So we've reached the end of the
Drags
first
extra
quarter.
defenders in the area, and just a mess, but somehow threaded the needle.
The Saints,
Jacksonville had a really nice first drive, but they couldn't replicate it on the second. A couple of nice special teams plays by the Saints help with the field position battle, and they are on the verge of tying this game up. They're at least knocking on the door. It's 3-0 after 1. Jacksonville.
Throwing on first down. Pressure, throwing.
There's a nice play, and he's going to reach, and they're going to give him the touchdown. That is a really nice play. Great drive by the Saints, set up by a terrific punt return. They did not have far to go, about 35 yards, and just reached out enough to pick up the touchdown. Saints need to win out and get at least one Philadelphia loss.
They'll get set for the extra point.
Could end up 9-7 if Philadelphia is to lose. They would at best be able to end up at 8-8. This is going to be the opportunity for New Orleans to really take care of their business. This is where you got to match what Philadelphia is doing. Philadelphia is playing a 3-11, 3-10, something, 3-12, whatever it is. They're playing a really bad San Francisco 49ers team. San Francisco's been a surprise when they beat Detroit earlier this year, but
Hollis will be kicking off. And this one's a short kickoff. From the 14.
From the 14-yard line. Spun down after a pretty solid gain, probably about 12 yards on the return there. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. First and I just said it.
Tosses it right.
We go with a toss to the right side. Picks up a couple yards past the 30.
On the carry. Gain of 4 on the play.
And they'll give him a, according to the PA announcer I can hear in my headphones, a gain of 4.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 31-yard line.
Toss play to the
Going
left.
with a toss play to the left side. Better read that time by the Saints.
Green
Got some
couldn't
contact
pick up
on him in the
any blocking on
backfield.
that
Able to
play.
slip
The
the first guy,
defense
but
is
that
always very aggressive
slowed
when
him down
defending
just
the
enough
run.
for
They're
man number
extremely
2
disciplined.
to take
They
him
get off
down.
their blocks very quickly.
And they'll give it
Makes
a
it
no
tough to
gain
find
there.
openings when you're running the ball.
3rd and 6 from the 31-yard line.
New Orleans comes out in a dime package.
New Orleans has a basically, oh my God, I can't believe
Watch it here.
that
This is a
rusher
great
did
call
not
on
get
third
to the
down to
quarterback.
keep this drive alive. They were in a
Ramsey
tough
did
spot
such a
here.
nice job
This is a heck
rolling
of a
just
throw
far
and
enough
catch to pick up
to his
that
left
first
or
down.
getting the ball out just quickly enough. New Orleans had a free rusher coming off of the quarterback's right side and just couldn't get to him. He needed an extra like 1/10 of a second.
They line up in the I formation.
And instead it is a 3rd and 6 conversion up near midfield. We'll take the snap from the logo at the 47-yard
Under
line.
pressure, passing
Stands
right.
back and
Don't have a
throws.
great
That's a
stride.
nice pass
Can't
right
throw it
there.
up any better
Nice
than
throw.
that.
Find an open receiver.
First
Give
down.
him an opportunity at some yards after the catch. And he might have just gotten you a first down.
1st and 10.
They will
Ball on the
indeed give him the
42-yard
first down yardage. And they'll take the snap from the 42-yard line. I thought it was the 47. I did my math incorrectly, and then I realized that it was incorrect in the middle of the sentence. Nice, easy conversion there.
Ramsey gets set.
2nd and 8. Ramsey
With the pass.
throws a pretty bad pass
Pass was incomplete.
immediately
Not
after
much
the play
touch on that
action.
pass.
They may have tried to
He
put a
just
little too
it
much
like didn't even
oomph
look,
on that throw.
didn't even bother looking to the left side to realize there were 2 defenders in the area.
Long 3rd down
And not
play
only
here.
was it a bad decision,
on
it was
the
a bad
40-yard line.
throw. His receiver did not really have
Sets
much
up.
of a chance.
Throws it. Breaks
From the
free.
shotgun,
The
finds a
20.
man on the right side.
And again, it's
And he'll
first
get
and
down
10.
inside the
They're getting a good push
15-yard
up
line.
front, and the
On
receivers
first
are
down
getting
and
open
10.
making the
Good
catch.
job by
That's
Jacksonville
what you
converting
have
on
to
some
do to
3rd
get in the end
downs here.
zone.
Keeping this drive alive. And this is what I thought we would see out of the second drive of the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. A little bit more rhythm. Saints didn't do a very good job the first time they were on defense.
Pressure coming.
And they're not doing a great job here the third
Brady
time.
is proving again why
Odd
he's
numbered
one of the
drives that
favorite
Jacksonville's going to
targets,
perform
such as
well
field
at.
reception.
Good decisiveness, though, by the quarterback there. Just throw it out to Chamberlain. Give him an opportunity to turn upfield and get some yards. That's the key,
Only one man in the backfield.
picking up yards. 7-yard gain on the play. Clock moves under 3 minutes here in quarter number 2, 2nd and
Handoff to the
3.
tailback. Couple,
And
maybe 3 yards on
gonna
the
be
play.
curious where they spot that one.
Gain on the play.
Looks like they're gonna spot him just short, and that might benefit the New Orleans Saints if they can stuff him on this 3rd down and inches. With the Saints got the benefit where the body kind of moved just enough that the arm reached over the line to gain. He threw it away on a 3rd and inches. It's a terrible play call. Green's gotta get the ball there. I mean, you need inches. But you see it where New Orleans got a little bit of a benefit with the way the body went. We saw it in the last game where he dove parallel to the line to gain. And then you see it right there where it looked like Amon Green just kind of got turned. I think it's Amon Green. It could be a different guy. But I see Green at a running back position. I think, oh, Amon Green, Green Bay Packers.
Another successful field goal try gives him his second 3-pointer of the
2.5 minute
game.
drive. 65 yards in 11 plays, only resulting in 3. But it is so weird to see. You know, Green just gets turned like a little bit, and instead of, he's trying to fall forward, but the ball's just in his left hand instead of his right hand. A terrible play call on 3rd and inches. And a worse decision
Here's the kickoff.
to just throw the ball away. At least try to run for it.
89.
And a short kickoff
So Jacksonville
from the 9-yard line.
kicks the ball away, and they're going to get a pretty good return. The Saints are
Back out
following
offensively,
a
trying to
Jacksonville
add to
Jaguars
their
field
strong
goal.
advantage.
Going to be interesting to see how
So they have
that
first and
affects
10
the
here.
rest of
Ball on their own
the rest of
30.
this game, the final score.
Palmer sets up.
Palmer from the I formation. They're going to get a false start here.
There's a
I
flag
said
on the
false
play.
start. I did the correct motion. It's an offsides. Offsides. Free 5 yards for the New Orleans
He
Saints.
jumped early and touched an offensive player, and that forces the officials to blow the whistle.
If you're going to do that, at least knock a lineman over. Jump through. Take the quarterback out. Hit somebody.
They need 5.
Here come the heat. Come on, partner. Bring that pain, baby.
Using motion. They'll pass on first down. Pressure. Trying something.
Goes
to the
over the
left.
middle and finds a
This one falls
hand of a
incomplete.
defender. That was a
Great play to
bad
break up
throw
that
by
deep
Carson
pass,
Palmer
John.
back
This is a
there.
team that likes
He
to
went
take
left
shots
side into
downfield
double
when they see an
coverage.
opportunity.
Lucky it
Passing
wasn't
downfield
picked.
will open up the running game and passing routes underneath, even if you don't complete the pass.
2nd down and 5.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
Going to go with, or they're going to go, I should say, with a run trying to get up the middle. Nice job by the running back to stay on his feet and at least not really lose much. That was a terrific defensive play. So, it's Edgar and James. Interesting. 32 running back position,
Ball
Ricky
on their
Waters.
own 34. 2 minutes to go.
2-minute warning hits, and we'll see a 3rd down and 6 for New Orleans. See if they can convert here, keep this drive alive, or will they punt it back to
Defense
Jacksonville,
lines up in the nickel.
who has looked good on their 1st and 3rd drives. The 2nd drive was pretty weak, so drive number 4.
He gets the
Will the
count.
pattern stay the
Play
same?
action.
Weak drive.
Throws it.
There's a
lot of
nice
space
throw.
in
It
front.
doesn't matter now because that's a nice 3rd down conversion, except for it's a fumble.
A huge play by the defense to get
Oh
the
my
fumble.
goodness.
Someone got a helmet on that ball to knock it
Is he
loose.
down?
We're guessing they're going to just throw it and do their best to move into scoring range since they don't want to go
Okay,
into
the
half with
booth is
score
going to
the way
review
it
the
is.
fumble.
The coach is hoping they get it right here because that could be a big lift to the team.
What the official will be looking for here is to
Oh,
see if the
that's
knee
going to
is
be
down. It's tough to
overturned.
say with that replay.
I mean,
This one won't
he's
be easy.
and knee down. Is that ball coming loose? Usually there's a little bit more. They're gonna go ahead and overturn it. You saw the player's name flip.
It was unclear initially why they called
Play reverse.
for a review.
Usually it feels
but
like
now
there's
we
like a
understand
very
the
small
reason.
like
Yeah, it's
beat
important to get the
before
calls right at
like,
this point of the game.
So they have
tackle
first and 10
happens, knee hits, ball falls out like in very quick succession, and that's when it feels like it's going to be
in the
overturned.
backfield.
But that one felt a little more fluid. It doesn't matter. It didn't even matter. I couldn't even get through the explanation.
And it becomes a turnover.
I'm actually a little surprised that one was not a fumble. Felt like it was pretty fluid where the ball was out before. I mean, it looked like it was kind of coming loose as the knee was hitting the ground, but it doesn't even matter. It's tipped and picked, and they just waited one extra play and got slightly worse field position. That is what a wild turn of events. It's not even bad field position. I thought that was further down the field. 1st and 10 for Jacksonville, 1:39 to go in the 2nd quarter.
Under pressure, gets rid of it. And
There's a nice throw to the right side up to the 40-yard line in Saints territory.
About putting a ball on
They'll run a hurry-up offense here.
Ball on the receiver perfectly.
Going to the air on first down.
Like what Jacksonville's doing here. Nice throw deep down the field. Left side finds a receiver inside the 15 down to the 12. 1st and 10. I like that they're not spiking the ball. You don't need to spike the ball. 3 timeouts. You're going to take one here in about 15 seconds. No, you're not. Just go. Interesting. That was an incomplete pass. I thought that was money for the touchdown.
The defense could be sending a blitz. So I'd go with something to my running back. A swing pass or maybe even a screen. If they execute, they could put this one in the end zone.
Pressure gets the pass.
Free rusher for the Saints. A little bit of a
blitz, decent game.
corner blitz or safety blitz here. They got to get 3, 2, 1. Dang it. Jacksonville gets bit by the timeout bug.
The quarterback will be better off
Truly
taking a sack
unfortunate
here
right
than
there.
throwing it away.
That's where it's the
Because he
most
doesn't want
frustrating.
the clock to
Jacksonville does a
stop
good
if they
job.
don't
They
get the
throw in
first.
a nice little
So if
pass
no one's
out into
there,
the
he
flat,
should just tuck
picks
the
up 5
ball
yards,
and
sets up
slide when he
third
has
and
to.
very manageable,
The
right?
Jaguars can regain
They
the
hustle
lead
to the
with a
line.
field
They are
goal.
2
Dropping
seconds.
back, fires
2
to the end
seconds
zone.
from
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
scoring
And he's able
or
to
from
get open in
snapping the
end
ball,
zone.
and it calls a
Great
timeout.
play.
The defense
Calls a
just
timeout.
seemed to lose track of him down there. They have to do a better
Didn't
job
matter
keeping
because
the
they were
guy
able
in
to
front of
score
him so that
immediately.
that kind of thing doesn't happen.
So Jacksonville, let's see if they go for 2 here. With the way that their offense is playing, I would. They've been in rhythm 3 of these 4 drives. And they're actually just going to go for the extra point. I personally would extend it to a 7-point lead. 6 points doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. 5 points puts you in a weird, vulnerable position.
The extra point attempt is good.
41-second drive covers 58 yards and gives Jacksonville a 6-point lead. Coming off of what looked like it was going to be a fumble, then they overturn it, didn't matter, tipped and picked.
The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 85, back to return.
Not a real deep kick. Should be returned. From the 8.
All the way up to the 25-yard line. Still some time to work with for the New Orleans
And
Saints.
now they have a fresh set
Down
of downs to work with
13-7.
as they
Field
try
goal
to
here
get
is
some points
still a
before the half.
positive. As you
First and
can
10. Ball on their own 26.
you can cut it down to a 1-score game. Maybe that's why you take the extra point. Taking the extra point there is probably a smarter move than I realized.
On first down with the throw.
Palmer throws left
This
side,
pass
finds
is
a
incomplete.
receiver. That's
He
gotta
couldn't
be.
hang on to it.
Looked
I
like
think
he
that
had
that
it,
would
the thing
be.
just popped right out of there. There's only one way that they're going to be
It
able
looked
to
like
do
he
something
took a
about
step
this
or two before that
Keep
came
throwing
loose. I think that
and
might be
getting
a
out of
catch
bounds.
and fumble in today's game, but back in 2003, that's just a mere incomplete pass. I know it's Madden 04, but this game was made in 2003, so released in 2000.
Closing in with the pass.
Wow, Palmer
Right in
somehow
stride.
got
Hope the
out
sticks with that completion.
of the
I'll tell you, he
grasp
put
of
that
a
one right on the money.
pretty free
They're just
rusher
out there
right
playing
there.
a little pitch and catch. They'll probably be
Found a
playing a
receiver
soft
with
zone
a
cover.
nice gain
They
and
should
then
have
immediate
options
timeout.
underneath if they go with the pass.
First down and 10, offset I formation. Plenty of time here for New Orleans with 48 seconds to go. A couple timeouts in their pocket.
Gets rid of it, and it's caught.
Maybe go
Receiver
out of
showing us
bounds there, so
soft
it should
hands
save
on
them a
that reception.
timeout. Nice
The
job
guy's
by
been working really hard
who looks to
trying
be
improve.
Steve Smith.
Looks like all that extra work
It's
is
a short
paying
game,
dividends.
but
They'll have to move
still
the
a
ball
positive
downfield
play and
quickly
got out of
through
bounds,
the
so.
air to try to score before the half. Jacksonville comes out in their nickel package.
49-yard line.
Throws it.
2nd and 5, throws, finds a receiver inside the. Oh my gosh, they fumbled again! Oh my goodness, are we going to get a look
Yeah,
at
they
this
were right
one?
there to jump on
The
the
booth
ball.
is going to review this fumble
The
immediately.
officials are going to review it. Whenever a
I don't know that we're going to get a real good look at this.
The review is called from upstairs.
I
Coach
think
is
it's
hoping
actually
to
going to
get
be
it right here because
overturned.
that could be a big
He's
lift
up
for the
in
team.
the
What the
air,
official will be looking
knee
for here is
down.
to see
Yeah,
if the knee is down. It's
Wow.
tough to say with that replay. This one won't be easy.
unreal.
On the field is overturned.
It's overturned again. The Saints have
So
had
the referee
the
agrees with the
referees
official
step in
upstairs, and this one has
and
been overturned.
save their
Well, it was put
behinds
in
a
to right or
second
wrong.
time.
And right there, it was wrong. And now it's right.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball
First
on
and
the
10 from
43-yard
the
line.
43-yard line.
The
New
defense
Orleans could
lines up in the
use,
nickel.
I don't know, 10 yards, 15 yards maybe. 47 from the 30-yard line, I believe.
Throwing.
That time, at least, they
Came into
overturn the
year
call. They don't
expecting to have a
immediately
good
throw an
year, and he
interception.
has delivered.
They'll hustle to the line on a 1st and
Around this
10 inside the
organization is
30.
thrilled as he reaches the 3,000-yard passing mark. Passing on 1st down.
I
Gets
like
the
what they're
pass
doing
off.
here. That was
Intercepted.
almost
He couldn't come up
intercepted.
with
You
the
could see
interception.
where he
Yeah, I
wanted
think
to
everyone
go.
else was thinking the same thing.
There's a little
You don't
slant
get a better chance at an
deeper.
interception than he had right there.
Palmer, what are you doing?
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Jacksonville with 6 defensive backs. With the
Goes
throw,
left side, finds a receiver in some
Right on the
Some
mark
tight
there to move the
coverage there.
chains.
And the thing
New
is,
Orleans,
the
I think,
secondary
has an...
looked a
Oh,
little
no,
on
no,
their
never
heels
mind.
on
They
that
took
one.
a
They just couldn't converge on the
second
ball in
timeout.
time.
They can
Now
get
they
this
get a
ball
whole new set of
off.
downs.
Okay, high snap.
With the
Throws
pass.
left side,
Ooh,
almost
nearly
intercepted.
picked
We're
off.
probably going to
Almost
see a
picked it
field
off
goal
in the
try
end
here.
zone.
Yeah, if he
And that's why I
can't
thought
come
it was
up with
important to
that
get
one,
that
not
ball
only does it
snapped
take
before
away
the
the
9-second
scoring
mark.
threat, but it gets
The
the
game
ball
likes
back
to take
your
timeouts
offense.
at the
With
1-minute
still
mark,
plenty of time left,
immediately
they might
following
take
a
shot at
positive
the end
play
zone
after
here.
that
But they
1-minute
didn't want to
mark, so
blow
like
their chance of
57,
getting some
58
points
seconds
before the
sometimes.
half.
And then
He has
about
to be
9
smart
seconds
with his
left in
throw.
half for the field goal attempt.
Downfield.
Instead, they're going to let Palmer throw a terrible
Incomplete.
pass over the middle. He almost got sacked, almost threw an interception. That was a disastrous play. And the New Orleans field goal unit is going to come out. Cordell Stewart is their backup, which is a little surprising considering that
This will
Carson
be
Palmer is a
25-yard
rookie.
field goal attempt.
In to attempt the field goal.
And it's on its way, and it's good.
And with 1 tick remaining in the half, Jacksonville's lead is cut to 3. 6-play, 33-yard drive. Took 38 seconds off the clock. I'm sure that they did a little bit more, but when it overturns the turnover, maybe? I don't know. Still a very nice drive. And a good job getting it down, getting that lead down to 3. You know, you just can't let your defense give up a touchdown. But I do believe New Orleans gets the ball first. So they can double dip in maybe not the most efficient way,
Good kick should be returned.
but they can double dip nonetheless. Tie the game, maybe take the lead 17-13. We'll have to see what happens after the half, which is what we have reached.
The end of the second quarter with the score. Jacksonville
7-7
13.
Saints
New
leading,
Orleans,
or
10.
trailing, the 8-6
As we get set
Jacksonville
for the kickoff, here's a
Jaguars.
look at the halftime
All
stats.
the yards for the Saints through the air. The Jacksonville Jaguars majorly through the air. The running game is not effective or really existent in any
And to
capacity
kick this
here.
one off.
Kicking off to start the second half. Number 85.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return. From the
From
1-yard line.
just inside that goal line. We'll get up to the 20
Saints will
and
start this drive from
maybe
21.
I'll give them the 21-yard line.
On the return. First and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Pass play here on first down. Good play in the
Ooh, and
backfield.
Palmer's gonna get
Good
sacked
push on
deep
that play, John.
After you take a
in
hit
the
like
pocket
that,
there.
you'll make
Second
sure to
down
get
and
the
very
ball out of there
long coming
fast
out.
next
Good job
time.
by the Jacksonville Jaguars to come out
Now in
with
second
a
and
strong
long
start.
after the
6-yard
sack.
loss. Second down and 16 from the 15.
Palmer with a man in motion. Dropping back. Under pressure. Gets rid of it.
Deep down the left side, he finds a receiver, but a monster
Unable to
hit
bring that one
by the
in.
He
defensive
really should have
back
had
jars
that
the
one.
ball
He was in
loose.
position to make the catch, but he forgot to catch the ball.
Man in motion.
Third down and 16 coming up. Takes the snap, throws left side, finds a receiver in, it's probably
He
single
didn't
coverage
figure it
right
out, but
there.
At least he didn't let the receiver make the catch either. Still a pretty good effort.
So 3 and out, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the punt.
So it's 4th and 16, and the kick
And
is
he
away.
chooses not to return
Fair
this
catch.
one.
That's
Nicely
a good job
covered
of getting
by
downfield by
the
the
New
cover
Orleans,
team to force the fair catch.
coverage team. And it's 1st and 10 for a Jacksonville Jaguars team that should probably be up by more than just 3. They have looked good on 3 of their 4 first half drives.
Replay in the backfield.
This is what we saw at the start of that second drive,
Got
which
off the ball,
was
got
a
penetration,
nice
shut off
defensive
those
effort
running
by
lanes.
the Saints,
He was
who have been
looking
kind
for
of
a hole,
carved up
but the only thing
throughout
he
most
saw
of this
was a massive
game.
wall of defenders.
Second and long.
Don't forget the
coming up
Saints
here.
need a win here. They can still,
Give it to the halfback.
they can still maybe
much
sneak
there.
in next week. I don't. It's hard to like
1-yard gain.
tell. what the tiebreakers and stuff are. And I'd love to find a bracket setup thing
Rams get set.
where it just goes like, okay, insert the standings, and then it would sort it out with this, and then kind of give you some,
He surveys the field.
give you like
To the right.
situations basically.
He just lost focus as he dropped the ball.
No receiver's
It's
perfect.
a great
so we'll
effort
even see
from the
best
New
ones
Orleans
drop
Saints
a few.
defense.
But the key
Like I
word
said,
is
first
a
half they
few.
got pretty carved up. They did a good job on 2 of the 3 drives. two of the 3 drives. 2 of the 3 drives they held them to field goal, so they bent, but they didn't break. Did finally give up the touchdown.
Tupa is looking for a good punt here. Lally is back to receive this kick.
And that is
He signals
that's a
for
good start
Bearcat.
for this defense in the second half. It'll be down to the 15-yard line. Good job by the Saints to just get the heck away from that ball. And a bad bounce for the Jaguars and
It's first
Tupa,
and 10.
as it doesn't
Ball
get
on
quite
their own
as deep
15.
as they want it.
Palmer sets up. Man in motion.
Going with a shift here. Moving the tight end from right to left. Pitch. Going to that
This
left
offensive
side.
line hasn't been getting
And it
any
is
movement on the defense.
not
today.
effective. Not
It's
effective
impossible
at
for them
all.
to create any running lane.
Neither team has been effective on the ground. It's been an air game all day. Thankfully for me, it's been
Jacksonville comes out in a dime package.
it's been an effective air game. People completing a lot of passes, keeping clocks moving. That is good. Second down and 12. Palmer short drop. Wobbly throw out to the left side, batted away
How they didn't pick that one
in
off.
double
Yeah, he had an
coverage.
excellent opportunity to end the drive right there. He just couldn't bring it in.
It's third down, and they have a long way to go. Ball on their own 13. Dropping back. Pressure coming.
Third down and
Throwing.
12. Throws over the middle, finds a receiver, but he's just
Towards the stop.
too short of the
22
line to
yard line.
gain.
Burris is the recipient on that one. His third reception.
Simmons,
of
is
the
your
game.
head okay, sir? So what was a fairly explosive and exciting first half
Here's the
has
kick.
been punt central here in the first half of the third quarter.
This could be a good
It looked
return.
like the gunner
The 30,
overran the
the
returner,
20,
and that's going to create a lane and a free and
Touchdown,
clear run for a
What a
touchdown.
spectacular play
You could
on the
see
punt
it.
return.
He just, the
sure
punt was a
was.
little
He
bit
just
shorter
found
than it
all
seemed
the
like he was
seam.
anticipating.
Then when he broke it
He
into
got
the open,
past to the
he
returner,
outran the pursuer
and both
right into the end
defenders
zone.
or whatever, blockers, just kind of shoved him back that way.
The kicker
I
lines
think he
up
had
for the
one
point
man to
after.
beat, and that was easy peasy. Just when I said that this game was getting maybe a little dull,
That score coming on just
46-yard
one
punt
play,
return
and
by
the offense
Washington
didn't even have to come onto
spices
the
things
field.
up.
Now they've
And
got their
Jacksonville has
defense
now
fired
doubled up
up
New
and ready to
Orleans
make another
20-10.
They can force them into 3
Half
and out.
of
And punt
third
again.
quarter to go.
Boy, you talk about a scenario. That coverage team will have to go right back out there and try and stop that guy from doing it back to back.
Here's the kickoff team.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 89, back deep to return.
Good distance. From the 3.
From the 3-yard line, he'll get up to the 20, make that kind of
No
weird
first downs on that last
hesitation.
possession, John. Let's see
He'll
what
get a
adjustments
few
they
extra
make
yards
here now
before he is
to try to move the
absolutely
ball more
level
effectively.
at the 24-yard line. So, New Orleans not looking great here offensively. Neither is Jacksonville in the early stages of this third quarter. But you got to kick it into gear now, New Orleans. You got to get some
Smith
points.
moves in motion.
Jacksonville could pull away in this one. The defense for New Orleans had done a pretty good job just keeping them in the game, holding them to a couple of field goals, only giving up 1 touchdown. And the referees helped out a lot by overturning 2 would-be New Orleans
It's second down and
turnovers,
7 to go.
though New Orleans
Ball on their
did
own
cough up the
27.
ball on the immediate next play the first time around. 3-yard gain for New Orleans. Comes out an offset eye on a second down
Drops
and
back.
7.
Pressure with the throw.
Throws left side intercepted.
Winfield showed outstanding athletic ability.
Don't forget, you have Cordell
Receiver
Stewart,
didn't do a very good
quarterback
job
with
of fighting
actual
for that one.
NFL experience, just backing up a rookie for some reason. Jacksonville with a real opportunity to put some nails in this coffin.
Only one man back. Number 88 comes in motion.
Field goal forces a 2-touchdown game, whereas a touchdown
Hand it off.
forces a 3-score game, and I think that might just be a little bit too much for the New Orleans Saints. You're going to need something big. New Orleans did a good job capitalizing on some good special teams plays, but we haven't seen that here in the second half. The good special teams play came from Jacksonville, who just returned a punt for a touchdown. They gained 7 on the 1st and 10 to set up 2nd down and 3. Ramsey hits the top of his drop, throws left side, finds a man who just will not be taken down
You talking about making it look
until
easy
he
out
finally
there.
is inside the
Caught that, and he
10-yard
made
line.
it look very easy.
First and goal. Ball on the 8-yard line.
This team just seems to lose momentum and confidence when they get near the goal line.
First down and 10, and Green with a pretty nice run, but stuffed in a very weird way. Looked like he was diving for the goal line, but he was like 3 yards short, and then a man's hitbox just got in the way and completely annihilated any momentum there. Weird situation there. Sets up 2nd down and goal.
Green.
Going to go left side, split the gap, and that is 2 touchdowns in a very short time span of 1 minute and 30 seconds game time. And just like that, it is 26-10.
They'll line up for the extra point. The kick is up. And
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 3-yard run by Green caps off the 39-yard drive.
Yeah, that was a nice job of keeping those chains moving and avoiding costly penalties. Now they've got to see if they
I think it's about a minute and 25
have
seconds
established
game time
going
between the
for the remainder
punt
of this
return for a
game.
touchdown and the capitalization on the interception. And with Jacksonville up big in this one, I'm going to hop up and use the restroom.
Reed
Be right
comes in
back
to
with
kick
more
off.
NFL action, or I'll join you with more and more. I'll join you in more.
Short kickoff.
I'll join you as this game proceeds in just
From the
a moment.
11-yard
Almost hit the
line.
wrong camera.
The Saints have their work cut out for them as they
By the
take
way, just
over
going to throw
at
in
the
that
28.
that's the kind of special team stuff that they've needed. They're not the greatest return ever, but put them in position to not have as long
First and 10.
field to go down.
Ball on their own 28.
There you go.
Using motion. Picked up 9 on the play.
On the run. 9-yard gain on the play.
Jacksonville comes out in their nickel
Ball
package.
on the 37-yard line.
Closing in, throwing. The catch was made out of bounds.
And the only call there that can really save you is a situation if the official determines that you would have come down in bounds, but a defender pushes you out while you're up in the air. And that clearly didn't happen there.
Palmer starts out of the shotgun. Dropping back. He calls his own number. Picks up yardage. Unable to get anything going on that series, they'll have to punt it away here. Here's the punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
He did the right thing, concentrated and caught the ball.
Tosses it right. Great play in the backfield. Green couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. But he needs a line to create that little crease, a cutback lane to break free.
Looking upfield. Picked up 9 on the play. So we've reached the end of the third quarter with the Jaguars ahead of the Saints 27-10. And we'll start the fourth quarter. About 2 to go. Ball on their own 36. Going to the right. Hand off to the tailback. Good play in the backfield by Fletcher.
Nice play by the Saints defense.
Well, he's
there.
shaken up after that
Ooh,
play.
William
We'll get you a
Green.
report from the sideline when we get the
He's the
information.
running back that I called the wrong guy. I know Amon Green wears 30. I understand that. Sometimes they have different numbers. I don't know. Point is, it's fourth down for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Saints trying to keep themselves alive here, though down 17 as we have entered the fourth quarter of action. I'd be remiss to not mention
So 3 and out.
the very odd news that came out today that there is a Madden NFL movie in development with
Hey,
Will
no reason
Ferrell
to take
as
a
John
chance
Madden,
and risk a
which
fumble.
is
Smart move
maybe
there
the
by the
most
returner.
absurd sentence you could have. I should actually let me pull up the article here. Saw it on IGN today.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
On the ground.
They're not just going to give up on the run, no matter how ineffective it is.
On the play.
They're not going to stop. It sucks, but they're not going to give up. Madden NFL movie in development with Will
Second and
Ferrell.
10.
Will Ferrell
on their own
as
29.
Madden and David O. Russell directing.
Palmer sends up.
Will
Under
Ferrell is
pressure,
looking to team up with director David O. Russell for Madden,
Very lucky
a
that
biopic about the football
I'll tell you,
coach
he
slash
did almost
commentator
everything right on
video,
that
and
one.
video game
Able to
icon
beat the quarterback's
John
eyes.
Madden.
He got
According to
himself in
Deadline,
good position to make the
this
interception.
is by
When it got to
Hayden-
him, just bounced off his
Hayden
hand.
Mears over at IGN, by the way. Farrell is reportedly circling the role of Madden himself as he transitions from sports commentator to runaway video game success
drops
story.
back with the
More
throw.
specifically,
Still running with the move.
it will
Watch it here.
recount.
This is a
where
great
was
call
my-
on third down to keep this drive alive.
Recount how
They
Madden
were in a
helped
tough spot
co-create
here.
Electronic
This is a
Arts
heck of a
Madden
throw and
NFL
catch
series,
to pick
which
up
has
that
since
first
become one of the
down.
world's most profitable video game franchises, though not its most popular video game franchise. Around here, when we're playing, it's Madden 2004. People love these games. They do well. They review well. People love them. And then watching some interesting videos about like Madden 06 is that split where Madden kind of got a little too big for
Pressure
its
coming, passing
like what it was promising versus what it delivered, and so you see it pretty risk adverse right now.
Makes a leaping interception.
He just stepped in front
But
of
Madden
that
06
one. He saw his
also
opportunity.
is like, hey, if you
Oh,
played it
he
on the
took
PS2 and the Xbox, because it wasn't on the GameCube after 2005. If you played it on the game or the PS2 or the Xbox, you loved it. It was the same, same old Madden. But if you played it on the 360, you were left very disappointed. And that went on for a couple of years until they finally, I think Madden 07 was probably the last one on the original Xbox, and they went all the way to Madden 12 on the PlayStation 2. And now it's kind of just a weird franchise. It's in
after
such a
the interception,
weird.
now it's first and 10.
Madden is in such a weird territory, much like 2K, where it's played
Brandon
by
gets set. Man in motion.
so many people who don't follow like the video game industry. It's such a like secular, for lack of a better term.
Couldn't find any room on that one.
They really
Such a
hustle on the
secular
defensive side
game
of the ball. They're very good at clogging up
that
the
like
line,
it's hard to.
limiting the number of holes
The people who
and
are playing it
cutback
don't
lanes
like
the
give a
back
crap
has to
about
choose from.
microtransactions or how it's affecting other games and all this sort of stuff.
Second and 10.
And it's just weird. It's like 2K is the same way, where the
Brandon
people
sends
who
a man in motion.
play it, like I would guess that most of the people who
Gain of
play
9 on the
Madden
play.
on a regular basis aren't the most like tuned into the game's stuff. It's I don't know. It's a weird game. As of 2013, Madden NFL franchise has grossed over $4 billion in sales, For a 2015 CNN report, Madden, who passed away in December 2021, served as a consultant for the series. Oh, there's a nice interception. Good job by the Saints defense. And then he fumbled it. And they, I think, recovered the ball. What is happening down the stretch of this season? IGN has reached out to Amazon, which is apparently distributing the movie with MGM for comment. Errol Farrell, a four-time Emmy winner best known for his stint on Saturday Night Live, as well as his roles in various comedy films, is hot off the Apple TV projects Spirited and The Shrink Next Door. He will next appear as a Mattel CEO in Greta Gerwig's Margot Robbie-led, that's a terrible sentence, Barbie movie. Russell's work as a writer-director includes Silver Linings Playbook, American Hustle, last year's Amsterdam. Okay, that's where I recognize that name. I was pretty sure it was Silver Linings Playbook. His next film will be the Keke Palmer and Sacha Baron Cohen starring Super Toys, which centers around two toy sales reps desperate road tripping across middle America. What? Hold on, can I skip the ad, please?
1st and 10.
Exclusive. The hot European film market just got a little hotter. Sacha Baron Cohen and Nope's Keke Palmer. She's fantastic in Nope, by the way. Absolutely terrific. Nice touchdown by the Saints. As we're talking film here for just a moment. They are set to star in Super Toys. Dream Crew Entertainment's Matthew Budman. Film Nation Entertainment is selling international. Blah, blah, blah. Baron Cohen and Palmer play groovy 70s toy sales reps on a life and death mission to save themselves, their marriage, and their live wire 12-year-old daughter while on the road in middle America.
Lines up for the point after.
What?
And it's on its way, and the extra point is good.
Right.
Good job moving the ball the length of the field for the touchdown.
The thing that most impressed me about that last drive was the offensive line. They did a good
Keke
job
Palmer
controlling the line of scrimmage, keeping their quarterback healthy and on his feet. A strong offensive line is the first and most important component.
So there you go. Will Ferrell might be starring as John Madden in a Madden movie. So we're under 3 minutes to go. New Orleans finds themselves down 10. They're going with the onside kick, which is a bold strategy, and almost backfired spectacularly, as that's one of the few times we've seen the receiving team not only get the ball, but actually able to make yards. Get yards. I don't agree with the call. We get in kind of a weird territory here where if you're New Orleans, you only need a touchdown and a field goal. By kicking the onside kick, you have to kick it 10 yards.
Just about 7 yards.
You kick it up to the 45-yard line or whatever it is. Then they get the ball. They don't have to go very far for a field goal, forcing you to score 2 touchdowns rather than just a touchdown and a field goal. Kick it deep, pin them back there, maybe use some timeouts in the 2-minute warning, and only kick the onside kick, which is such a low probability of working. Kick it only when you absolutely have to. See some good clock management here from the Jaguars, looking to improve to 9 wins on the season, 9-6. They can top out at 10-6 with a win next week. They are not out of the woods just yet as far as winning the AFC South and punching their ticket to the playoffs.
1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line.
However, if Houston loses, then Jacksonville would punch their ticket. This could be a pretty big loss for New Orleans as we hit the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes to go.
Be curious to see if that Madden movie ever comes to fruition. I think kind of biopics are.
2 minutes.
They've always been popular. I feel like they've kind of been hitting some of the weirder stuff lately. Blackberry is out now with
And
Glenn
the thing
Howerton
is,
in
that's
it.
where it all starts with the
And then you
line.
have
Whoever can take control and dominate in the trenches is
what
going
was
to
the
have
other
a
one?
huge advantage.
There was another
over
one I
their
was going to throw
opponent.
out there, but I mean, it is an interesting, like, sort
Call
of.
a timeout. They have 2 timeouts left.
That was weird. I
Only
do think
one man in the
the
backfield.
entry Tetris was kind of the other one that I was thinking about, where you take these kind of
Ramsey sets up.
boardroom meetings and just try to make it as engaging and fascinating as possible. But then you get, John Madden in here, and not talking about him
I'm
from a
guessing this
football
should be a run.
perspective, and not talking
The
about him
defense
from
can't be
a
lollygagging
commentary's
around,
perspective, but
'cause if
this
they
kind
are
of
and they give up a first,
interesting
this one's
third
over.
wheel that I don't think a lot of people would know about, which is the video game franchise aspect of it. I think it sounds like it could be at least interesting to kind of get a glimpse into that world.
This one is handed off.
And I feel like we know probably all we need to know about him
4
as
yard pickup there by the fullback.
as
So
a-
as the
as a
game winds down, we'll
coach
see the plays
or
quicker.
as a commentator. And I think that if you go with either of those routes, you would end up with kind of like a Bohemian Rhapsody situation
this
where
one
you're
will
not
be
really
from
like
about
learning a whole lot.
31
You're just
yards
kind of
out.
hoping for like a fun, entertaining movie, which Bohemian Rhapsody was not, because that movie sucks. And I think this is a clever and interesting angle. I hadn't read that much into the article. I literally just read the headline earlier. So I didn't realize it was about that. So that actually sounds interesting to me.
The field
Kick
goal
is up, kick is good. That's going to put
good.
Jacksonville up 13 with a minute and 10 seconds to go. New Orleans did a pretty good job there defensively. That's where you look for the punt situation. A minute, 10 seconds. You try to get a good return, which is what they've been good at today. But Jacksonville's just been a bit too much for New Orleans, and the call on the onside kick I disagree with.
Reed is back and ready to put this one in the air.
Number 89, back to return.
Short kick. He didn't get much of that one.
Kick is going to be returned from the
17.
15-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Tried to bounce
New
outside.
Orleans
Not
has
his
to get
best
to work
return,
quickly, trailing by 2
but
touchdowns.
not terrible. 2-score deficit here. In what was a 3-point
Only
game
one
right at
man
the
in
half.
backfield.
And then Jacksonville's 2 touchdowns that they scored between the 2:30 mark and the 1:10 mark of the third quarter
Gets rid of it.
just
Almost
totally
intercepted.
opened it up.
John,
And then
that
you
was
have
right
errant,
off the
terrible
defender's
throws
fingertips.
like that.
That's the thing. That was a
And then
perfect
you're just
opportunity to
doomed.
make a big
You're
play
just
for his
making
defense.
poor decisions out
He
there,
lets it go as an
making it
incomplete
harder on your
pass
team,
rather
making
than
it
an
worse for
interception.
yourself.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 29. Just over a minute still to go. Throwing.
There's a throw down the right side. Almost
He
slipped
makes a
through some
terrific catch
defenders
for the
there.
first down.
Even the receiver was surprised how quickly that one got to him. That's the kind of thing you just hope you can hang on to as it goes by.
He'll stop the clock.
I do think it's interesting that Will Ferrell is going to be the CEO
They
or
have to
a
move him down
CEO
quickly
in
here on
the,
2nd down.
in the Barbie movie. Wonder how Lego movie-ish that
The
is.
quarterback
That's
lines
going
up
to be.
with 2 backs behind him.
I'm excited. Unironically, genuinely excited about the Barbie movie because I think it looks pretty
Sends
weird
a
and
man in
wonderful.
motion. Dropping back. Gets the pass off. Intercepted.
goodness.
John, it looked like that
This
was going to
Jacksonville
be a
defense
turnover.
should have put this
Yeah, he
game
started
away at
thinking
this
about how
point.
he was
But
gonna take it back
they
the
can't
other
come
way and
away
make a
with the
big play for the
interceptions to
defense. He just forgot to
finalize
bring
this
the ball
deal,
up.
and they're letting New Orleans at least take some
3rd
shots
and
at the
10.
end zone. Wilder things have happened in this series. So.
Out of the shotgun. Gets rid of it. Great throw. Keeps his feet moving. New Orleans.
I mean, that's a
calls
good-
timeout.
Oh, wow.
They have no timeouts left.
They had 1 timeout left, and they let Jacksonville run the clock down on the field goal attempt.
Any run plays in the playbook should be
Yep.
thrown out because they need points fast, and the only way they're going to get them is by throwing the ball.
They line up in the I formation.
Come on, partner. Let's go. Come on. Give it all you got. Come on. Gee up. Stay guys.
I don't know if anyone's ever come down back from a
Going to the air
13-point
on
deficit,
first
but we
down.
have seen some wild stuff here
Throws out to the
in the random rosters
touchdown,
universe.
Saints.
That's a nice little touchdown throw right
He
there.
outplayed the defender for the ball on that play. The guy with the best
And
position
this is why
usually
you
will
kick
come
it
up with
deep.
Lilly gets his second
Because
touchdown.
then you're only looking at a
catch of the game.
3-point deficit instead of a 6-point deficit.
Hollis comes in to attempt the point after. And it's on
Kick
its
is up,
way.
and the kick
the
is
extra point
good. 33-yard
John,
pass
these
from
teams
Palmer
are
to
very
Lely.
evenly matched.
Six
This
play,
makes for a
70-yard
better
drive
game,
took
I think.
35
The strategy of
seconds.
the game comes into play here more.
And here we go. This is it. Saints need to recover this onside kick to give themselves an opportunity to win this game.
Not enough time to try to get the ball back, so the onside kick is the call. The onside kick is off. They don't get it.
And it was
On their last
pretty
position, they came
bad.
away with a field goal. Let's see what happens.
New Orleans
this time
made it
around.
close, but Jacksonville was just a little bit too much today.
The quarterback can just go with a kneel
Jacksonville
down.
will improve and has an opportunity to win the division later today, depending on the Houston Texans result. New Orleans is going to need some help from Philadelphia to lose. Set up maybe some kind of a play-in game. But this felt like a game that
Second and
obviously
long
both teams
coming up
needed to
here.
win. But
Ball
it felt
on the
more important
43-yard
for the
line.
New Orleans Saints to get a victory today, rather than the Jaguars. Jaguars have the upper hand in the AFC South. New Orleans, I felt, needed to keep pace a little bit better with the Philadelphia Eagles, who are, obviously nothing's guaranteed, but I would say fairly likely to pick up a victory against a pretty poor
This game
San Francisco
reaches its
49ers
conclusion
team.
with the final score.
So there you go.
Jacksonville 30,
Jaguars
New
30,
Orleans
Saints
24.
24.
This is Al Michaels
Jacksonville
with John
improves to
Madden,
9
saying
and
live
6.
for EA Sports.
And the Saints fall to 7 and 8. We have one more game for you, and it is the game of the week. It is the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. Should have done that while I did this. AFC East lead on the line. Both teams have blessed me with doing that. Jets still a factor. And depending on how the next couple of weeks, the rest of this week and next week play out, you could have 3 AFC East teams in the playoffs, it seems. You could have a couple of AFC West teams and a couple AFC East teams in there. There's going to be a very good, potentially double-digit win team, but for sure above 500 win team that is going to miss the playoffs, that will likely end up with a better record than a division-winning team that's going to get a home game on Wild Card Weekend. So, standings look a little like this. That's just the NFL. Bills and Dolphins. Winner is going to be the 1 seed. Loser, the 5 seed. The Chiefs would be your 2. The Broncos would be your 6. The Jets sit just on the outside at the moment. The Jaguars improved to 9 and 6, but they could be the 3. They could be the 4, depending on how the Bengals game goes, I should say. Ravens still in contention. Texans in contention. Steelers, Browns. Browns took a loss today, which was pretty big for them. So it's getting interesting as we wind down here. You can see over here in the NFC, you got 3 10-win teams. Lions could be the 3 seed facing the 6 seed at home on a wild card weekend. Cowboys would win the East. Packers would have to go on the road, likely against the Cowboys. The Eagles sit there just ahead of the Saints, who are now 7 and 8. So, little peek there at the standings. But we're going to jump into our final game, our game of the week. It's the Bills. It's the Dolphins. As we are running real long in this one, and we still have an entire game to go. My goodness. Dolphins Bills, each team 10-4.
Located in Orchard Park, New York. This is it.
Look, I hope it's a
Season
good
really
game.
over. It's been a great year with plenty of memorable moments and incredible plays. Today's matchup promises more of the same.
I think this was the
as
season where the Bills
Dolphins get set to take on
the Bills are in this position because they got a wild win against the Cincinnati Bengals early in this season. I think we've seen some of the most painful losses in this season alone. You go back to the Seahawks-Browns game, you go back to the Cowboys-Bucks game, Bills-Bengals. It's been pretty bad. Ricky Williams.
Best against that defense, and he's hoping to help carry his team to a victory. They'll also try to get him out of the backfield, get him on a few screens and dump-offs. He's a threat whenever he has the ball in his hands, so don't be surprised to see him touch the ball over 20 times throughout today's game.
This is what football is all about. Look at all those guys down there getting all pumped up. They're really fired up and getting ready for this one.
They're all pumped up. They're all fired
up. The field, and let's see what happens now as we're ready for the kickoff.
It's a rainy, stormy day here in Buffalo. You can see those Jets just lurking back there. Very excited, very hopeful for next week's games to have a lot riding on them. But we shall see.
This play will be the
up
first
to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Dolphins will take over for their first drive. They are going to give him the 21-yard line.
Formation.
Ball on the 21-yard line.
Take him out. Pop that right. Set.
On the
Here
call.
with a run. Trying to find some room, but Buffalo does a very nice job at defending that. Dropping them for a bit of a loss.
Second and 8 coming up here. Ball on their own 23. Lewis, the lone back, closing in.
Steps up, tries to throw, but he gets hit in the backfield. That'll be a sack. And we are off to a good start if you're a Buffalo Bills fan, and a poor start if you're a Miami Dolphins fan. Perhaps a good start if you're a New York Jets fan.
So they'll blitz on just about any down, looking for a
The Jets will get their shot at Miami next week in what will most likely be featured on the channel.
Under pressure,
They tried to get him with the sack yet again. He's able to maneuver around just enough to get a throw off. It is well short of the line gain, and it'll be a 3 and out for the Miami Dolphins.
And he said there are no easy games in the NFL, and this one is no different. It's going to be a tough game, but his guys are well prepared, and they think they'll be able to pull it off. Now,
thanks, Melissa. Kardaki lines up in the backfield for the punt.
Kick is away.
Davis sets up to run back the punt.
Fair catch is called for at the 49-yard line. Buffalo's going to have terrific starting field position here. Let's see if they can put that to use. A win for Buffalo.
Couch gets set.
I was trying to think. I think they can clinch it. They can clinch the division with a win today and a win next week. It is surprising how many divisions are kind of up for grabs here, especially in the AFC. I think 3 of them are claimed. No, 2 of them are claimed to the NFC. 1 of them. No. How many are there? I think just 2. 2 with the potential for a third today, depending on the Houston Texans result.
The back starts one way and then comes back the other way, and right there it worked pretty good.
The Lions aren't out of the woods yet. They have a shot. I think if the Lions win today, they could clinch the North because they'd be at 11 wins.
Cross play to the left.
Doesn't matter. Gotta focus on this game right now. Game 3. It's a fumble, and the defense recovers Williams. He had 3 rushes. He has 3 rushes for 19 yards. He's averaging over 6 yards a carry.
Punch it out of there every time.
So with the play in question,
Oh,
the coach
Buffalo's
has
going to
decided
challenge the play. They're not even going to give the refs an opportunity to look at it.
Reversed.
The coach is hoping
I'm actually kind of surprised it was a fumble.
That could be a big lift to the team.
And I think it's actually going to be overturned yet again. We've seen so many overturns today.
This one won't be easy.
Not a great angle on either of those shots.
The call on the field stands.
The call on the field stands. Oh my goodness. Buffalo.
But it didn't turn out that way.
Wow.
That's one of those calls where you just want to be
They
sure
went
the
for it,
officials made the
and
right
they
call on the field. It didn't get overturned.
could not
The coach
come
has
up
to
with
feel
it.
better
I
now that
am
he knows it wasn't a bad
shocked
call.
that was. I mean, that looked like the play that we saw in one of the games earlier, where it looked like it was a pretty fluid motion,
He's taken down in the backfield.
and it was overturned. As that man tries to scoop up the other man with his Invisa shovel. Nice job by the Buffalo Bills defense to get into the backfield and force a second down and 13. So the Bills got off to a very good defensive start, and they were looking pretty good on the ground on their first drive.
Another run.
Turnover a killer. And we're going to get a face mask here, and it's only a 5-yard face mask. That's big. It's a free 5-yard sets up third down and 3. A 15-yarder obviously gives them a free first down. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it did that. I didn't even affect anything by pressing the X button.
Holding him down.
The defender almost pulled his helmet right off.
Third down and 3 coming up. Ball on their own 39.
Third and 3, going with a handoff right up the middle. And they're going to fumble the ball, and the defense is going to recover. So another fumble on this rainy afternoon here in Buffalo. And that time Miami coughs it up. And they're not even going to take a look at this one. Neither team, well, Miami's not going to challenge it. The refs aren't going to stop it. And Buffalo is going to take the ball right back, run it right up the gut, and he fumbles it again, and the defense recovers. It's 3 turnovers. Somebody put butter all over the ball. Too many Butterfingers.
Punch it out of there every time.
Wow.
Following the turnover now, it's first
And they
10.
won't take a look at that one either. Buffalo,
Ewert sets up.
I think Buffalo would have one challenge left. But they have already lost that timeout. Miami kind of surprisingly going back to the ground there, even though their running back just gave the ball up.
8 to go. Hand it off. Nice play fake.
And with a play action pass, it's off the hands and incomplete. That's the one you got to come up with. I mean, that's a good throw. Going with that kind of out route there off the play action pass. I'm sure that made the defense bite up just a little bit. He was pretty open there. Got to come away with that ball. Set up your team for successfully 1st and 10. The incompletion, as that man warps through everyone, sets up third down and 8. Going over the middle, he's going to be tackled right as he receives the ball. Ball came out of his hands, and we have a punt here. Second punt of the day. I forgot that Miami had already punted the ball earlier. I mean, that catch was going to be short of the line to gain anyway.
That was a smart thing to do with the coverage team closing in for a big hit.
1 first down for the Bills, nothing for the Dolphins. These teams, though, have managed to combine for 3 turnovers already.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 27.
Get at him, Pete. Set. Hut. Hut.
Good play in the backfield.
Dropped in the backfield. I think that the downpour of the rain is really going to take the ball out of these quarterbacks' hands. That is good news for me if they stick to this running game for the most part. That means the clock will keep running very long. And granted, I looked at one of the replays there with one of the more absurd turnover sequences we saw that lost Cleveland the game, essentially.
Gets rid of it.
Couch throws, and it's intercepted. Oh, Miami is going to... Oh, my goodness. The third turnover of the day for the Buffalo Bills, and that one is an interception. He looked like he wanted to run that all the way back. I'm sure he did. But he pushed a bunch of people out of the way, setting him up for a first, or setting him up with a 1st and 10 from the 13.5-yard line. High formation for the Dolphins. The Dolphins are going to hand it off. There's going to be a penalty marker down. 15-yard face mask. It'll be a half the distance to the goal. And it'll be an automatic first down. 1st and goal from the 6.
With his helmet on sideways like that, I bet he thought his whole head had just been
This is
readjusted on his
a
neck.
wild first quarter.
First down and goal to go.
Four total turnovers. Did I say that right?
Pressure coming with the pass.
That was almost number 5 there.
Pass incomplete in the end zone. Second down.
Oh my goodness. Just keep handing the ball off. Please. For my sake. We had such a long game, game number 1, where I'm so far behind schedule now.
Ewert with a man in motion. With the carry.
On the left side, he fumbles it, and they are able to recover it, the Dolphins are. That is another ball on the ground. Unbelievable. And I'm a little surprised that the Dolphins came up with that ball, as it looked like there were quite a few Buffalo Bills that had an opportunity at it. Instead, it's 3rd and goal inside of a minute to go in quarter number 1.
Moves in motion.
Terrific job by Buffalo. They just sold out on the run right there. Lewis and Williams averages right there. 4.4 to 1.3 or whatever. And the good field position set up by the Miami interception is going to help the Dolphins get a little chip shot field goal. I think they'll try and get it up before the end of the quarter. They will. Kick is up. Kick is good. 6-play, 5-yard drive. Took 1 minute and 11 seconds off the clock. We are down to 4 ticks remaining in quarter number 1. 3-0 Miami. And it has been an absolute turnover disaster today. I can't believe it. I can't believe what we have witnessed.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 80, back deep to return.
Nice kick. Plenty of distance.
From the 3-yard line up to the 10 to the 20, chopped down at the legs, and didn't really even fall forward that far. They'll give it to him at the 20 and like a 3rd-yard line. 1 second to go in quarter number 1. These are two very high-recorded teams with Tim Couch as the quarterback, and I don't even know who was quarterbacking the Miami Dolphins.
Closing in, throwing, incomplete.
That was
Good job
almost
finding
intercepted.
some room. I thought he was going to
Oh
bring that
my
one in.
Got
goodness.
so much stuff going on out there.
Woo!
You gotta get off
That
the
was just
line.
quarter
You gotta
number
run
1.
a
We have
good
3
route.
more
You have
quarters
to
of
lose
action
the
here.
defense. You gotta get
And that
open. The most important
coincidentally,
thing
the
to do
number
after
3.
all that is you have to
Also
catch
the number
ball.
of points
Teams has which side.
that the
And we'll start
Dolphins
in the
lead by.
second
3-0 after 1. More turnovers, 4, than points, 3.
Aimed it off to the back. A couple, maybe
They're
3
trusting
yards on that
Williams
run.
by giving it to him, letting him go up the middle there.
Third
Go
and
back
8.
to the,
Ball on their own
in
23.
real life, you would go back to the 49ers and the Washington
Gets the pass off.
team,
This
whoever,
pass
whatever,
is incomplete.
Commanders.
Fourth down.
They
Coming
played in
after
like
that
a
incomplete
torrential
pass.
downpour in one of the fastest games that's been recorded. So everybody just ran the ball. It was like a 2 hour, 2.5 hour game where most games are like 3+.
Here's the punt.
So the punt is away. Buffalo's offense stifled here. We'll see another fair catch. I don't know if there's a lot of wind going on here or if some of these punters are just kind of getting under it a little bit, but
the backs are lined up in an eye.
Feels like these punts have been pretty short. So first and 10 from the 46-yard line.
Hand off to the tailback.
Hand off to the right side. Nice tackle by the Bills there.
Only a yard by the halfback. Second and 9 coming up here. Ball on their own 47. Ewart sets up, using motion. Under pressure with the pass.
A float pass out to the left side. Too much air under it. And it's over the head of everybody. I don't recognize that last name at all. So going to set up third down and long. Both teams pretty efficient, just willing to keep the ball on the ground. That kept the clock running through the first quarter, interrupted periodically with 4 turnovers. But now we're seeing teams trying to pass the ball in this downpour, and it is not working.
A big factor.
The quarterback has to make sure that he has a good grip on the ball before he lets it go. When it's raining like this, it's not unusual to see a few more bad snaps,
that really
fumbles,
weird animation
and stuff like that out there.
This punt will be his third.
4th down and 9 with 4:06 to go in the second quarter.
Here's the kick. And he waves for the fair catch.
Oh, it just takes a bad Miami bounce into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. That man just got blasted. Just for fun. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bills from the 20-yard line.
It's first and
I don't
10.
know. I mean, I know you want to probably avoid another turnover, but your passing game is not working.
Is the deep back.
Oh, we're going to go for it. He got hit as he threw, it looked like. And there's actually a pretty positive passing play.
And he's one of those guys who's a pretty good
Picked up about 10 there. Should give him the first down.
More importantly, he knows what to do with it when he gets it.
First and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Cowboy, give it all you got, D. Come on.
Throwing on first down. Closing in with the throw.
Throws over the middle, finds a receiver. Seems like a dangerous tackle in these conditions, not because of like injury or anything, but just because of how many fumbles have been
that
lost.
receiver can't do out there.
About 4 to go. Under pressure.
The Buffalo Bills are starting to get into a throw-happy offense. Nothing really doing. The Dolphins have a total of 8 yards.
He just couldn't get out of there quickly enough.
What?
Third down and long coming up here.
I read that wrong?
29.
So 3rd down and 11. Defense is going to be able to pin their ears back and just rush at the quarterback. Throws it, and that should have probably been intercepted by Glenn on that backside. It looked like it was right to him. But not really anticipating the throw there. Just kind of got in the way and at least batted it away. Straczynski is back on the field for a punt. And the second quarter has really slowed things to a crawl here as both teams have decided, hey,
here's the punt.
Let's throw the ball. Which really isn't what you want to see. Tackled from behind after a short gain. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Dolphins.
First and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line.
Using motion. Throwing on first down. Pressure with the throw. Behind him, he has it. Excellent gain on first down.
These guys are just out there playing a little pitch and catch. They make it look easy.
Second and about 1.
You got him, you got him. Come on, D up. Come on, D up. That all you got?
Drops back with the pass. Grabs the off-target pass. He's taken down at
I mean,
the
at least they're
40.
completing
A nice
passes here,
ball
but this
going
is
in
not
the
what
air.
you want to
That'll
see
move
in the
the chains.
rain. Pretty dangerous throw. There was a Buffalo Bills defender right in the area.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 40-yard line.
Sideline, D. Got the ball. Set.
Ewert with a man in motion.
We'll see.
They give it to the halfback.
There you go.
Pickup
That's
for
what we
about a
want to
yard
see.
run.
That's what we want to see. Clapping for it.
And they need about 9. Ball on the 40-yard line. And we've reached the 2-minute mark here in the first half.
2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Dolphins doing the Lord's work, letting that clock run. The defense for the Miami Dolphins doing a great job
Only
to give them a
one man
leg
in the
up here as they enter Week 17, taking on the Jets. Opportunity to win the division, be the number 1 seed in the AFC.
A yard, maybe
Playoffs
2
would
on
go
the carry.
through Miami should they win. Picked up a yard. It'll be third down and 7.
coming up here.
So that technically would be 2 yards.
Handed off to the
We're going to go
back.
with a handoff yet again.
The Bills
You know, I'm actually
call a
okay
timeout.
with that call
They
there.
have one
Makes
timeout
Buffalo take a
remaining.
timeout.
Well,
I don't
he's
think they
shaken
really
up
wanted to
after
take a
that call.
timeout,
Get
but
your report from
the
the
injury to
sideline when we get
LE
the
number
information.
98 left end, 98, does cause them to take a
And we'll
timeout
see
whether
if
they
the
wanted
kicker
to or
can
not.
come through with a field goal here in
Maybe
the
just,
first
to try to
half.
wind the clock down, keep it moving. Don't give Buffalo an opportunity to create another turnover or get another takeaway. However you
You'll
would
have
phrase
to
that.
really get it because it'll be about a 53-yard
This is going to
attempt.
be a real long field goal in the elements, 4th and
it's up.
6. Kick is going to be well short.
It
not
was
even
long enough,
close.
but it's sliced.
No
to
good.
the
So
right.
Buffalo's going to get
We're
pretty
guessing
good
they're
starting
gonna just
field
throw and
position
do
here
their
at
best to
the
move in the scoring
40, was
range,
it
since they don't want to
4,
go into the half
43
and
yard
score
line.
the way it is.
They don't have a long way to go. They only trail by 3.
Couch gets set.
Got the ball. Here goes the heat.
Dropping back, throws out to the left.
Throws
Nice
left
adjustment.
side, finds a receiver who makes a move and spins out of a tackle. He's inside the 20 before he's taken down at the shoulders. First and 10 in the red zone for the
Ball on the
Buffalo
18-yard
Bills.
line.
Too bad Buffalo's not able to get up to that line a little bit faster.
Going to the air
Could have
on
caught the
first
Dolphins
down.
offside, free
Throwing.
5 yards.
Incomplete pass.
Instead, it's an
He
errant
overthrew the
throw,
target.
hits
I
the
wonder if that one
pylon.
slipped out of his hands.
that's
It was
pretty
clearly
accurate.
off target. The defense has an advantage when the offense gets here in the red zone. The field is much shorter, so they can do some things and not be worried about giving up a long play. They might try to bring a blitz and blow this play up in the backfield.
Williams. The running back gets
Williams
about
looked like
3.
he had a
8
pretty
to
good
go.
lane to run up, but just kind of got tripped up, and that would be a gain of 2. High snap.
Throwing short to the right
Oh,
side.
and that almost got intercepted. All of that was bad. It was
I
a
think
bad
everyone
snap
else
that
is
made him
thinking
jump,
the same
which threw the
thing.
timing
You
off.
don't get a better chance at an interception.
defense read it
than
very
he got
well.
there.
And they'll send the kicker out to try
And
to
if he
pick
was
up
able to
3
get both
points
hands on it
as
and
the half is
pick it
close
off,
to
he
the
would have
end.
gone to the house. Instead, it's just a deflected
Mare
pass,
comes
and it
out,
should
hoping to
set
put
up
points on the
Mare here
scoreboard
for
the first time.
a pretty easy field goal.
The kick is up. A nice kick.
Kick
And
is
it's
good. 33-yard field goal by Mare. 5-play, 40-yard drive. As the rain continues to pour down.
The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 31 back to return.
They'll return this
Kick
one.
is away.
From
From
the 10-yard
inside
line.
the 10, he'll take it up to the 25.
This one hasn't
He'll
been
get taken
decided
down
yet.
close to the
Each of these
30-yard
teams
line.
have
Good
played
run
fairly
back
well on
there.
both sides of the
And with
ball.
56
So I could
seconds
see
left,
this one
Miami
getting
takes
decided
over.
by
Tied
whoever
at
has the
3
last
in this one.
possession.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
Baby boom. Pick him out. Bring the pass. Set.
Steps up into the pocket. Throwing.
Goes over the middle, finds a receiver. He's got breakaway speed, and he's going to find the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's going to find the end zone.
An amazing
Wow, what a play by Miami.
He got into the
Passing
open.
game has
There
not
wasn't
been
anyone
super
who was
effective
gonna
today
catch
for
it.
either
Just
team,
shows the
but
quick strike ability
Miami
these
does a good
guys
job
have. They
creating
can
some
put up
space
points
there.
from
Got that
anywhere
defender
on the
turned
field.
around. Missed on that diving tackle and pulled away for 6. So whichever of these teams wins out will be the number 1 seed in the AFC.
The kicker lines up for the point after.
Home field still to be determined
And it's on
in
its
the
way,
NFC,
and he picks
as
up
there are
the
3
extra point.
10-win teams. One plays 71. Oh, is it Heward? Brock Heward? Is it really Brock Heward? Wow, that is kind of wild.
The kickoff team lines up.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 80, back deep to return.
And he got all of that one. A great kick.
Kick is away. And Buffalo will
He
take a
decides
knee
to
about
return
5
this
yards
time.
deep in their
The
own
last
end
position
time.
they came away
It'll
with
be
a
first
field
and
goal.
10
Let's
from
see
the
what happens this
20-yard
time.
line.
They'll probably be
We'll see
playing
what
a
Buffalo
soft
can
zone
do
cover.
here.
So he should have options
Now down
underneath if
7.
they go with the pass.
Miami get the ball first.
Get the ball.
Throwing on first down. It's rid of
Throws
it.
a
He got
short
his hands
slant,
on
but
it,
it's
the pass was
incomplete.
Incomplete.
He did a nice job of getting in position and giving the quarterback a good target. He just couldn't get it under control.
They'll have to move the ball downfield quickly through the air to try to score before the half. Drops back. Pressure coming. So
Oh,
they'll
we
lose
got hit
yardage
in the
on that
backfield
by
and
Allen.
dropped. Miami's going to take a
Defense able to
timeout
get to him on that
smartly.
play.
Covering
As
guys
Buffalo kind of
downfield
rushed
is
to
a
the
good way
line
to get
and
pressure
made
on the
sure that they
quarterback.
got that ball
If
out
he can't
quick.
find
Or
someone
that snap
downfield,
up quickly.
then he has to throw it away, hold it, or pull it down quickly. Or the pass rushers will be right there to haul him down. This is where you just hand it off and get ready for the second half.
3rd down and 15. Miami's going to probably burn another timeout right after this play.
Using motion.
They should just run the ball to force Miami to use that second timeout. That's exactly what they'll do.
Arm to the ground.
Good
The
job
back
by
picks up
Buffalo
about
there.
2 on that carry. So let's take a look at how
least
this
make
back
sure
compares
that-
to the opposition.
They only have 1 timeout for their offense to work with. Provided that they still have 1 timeout, they do.
Back to the game.
4th and 14, 38 seconds to go here in the half. Explosive first quarter, much quieter second quarter with 1 explosive play. And that is from the Miami Dolphins.
Offense couldn't
And it
get it
helps them
done,
jump
and
out to
they'll
a
line up to punt.
10-3 lead.
Here's the kick. Fair catch called for.
There was no need to try and return that one. Well, he made the right decision there. Hey, I know they want to increase the lead before half, but they got to be careful and not let the other team back in it with a turnover.
Get the ball. Get the ball, man. They got nothing.
1st and 10, high
Closing
snap.
in. Throwing.
Throws off the timing a little bit, and the defense puts themselves in a good position. Heward throws the pick. I thought he
And the key
overthrew
to the play was pressure.
like the
You
kind of
force
the
the
underneath
quarterback to
receiver,
get rid
but
of it
turns out he
before he's
shorted
ready.
the
And he's rushing
deep
the slow
receiver,
out there.
and not a
Bad
great
things are
throw.
gonna happen to this offense.
Waste
They're trying
that
to get in range for a
defense's
last-second
solid
field
play
goal
and
attempt
the
before
strategy
halftime.
of using the timeouts.
They'll take over.
Gives Buffalo the ball back. I mean, I don't think you'd see a whole lot out of them, but who knows?
Under pressure. Throws it. The
Goes
40.
over the middle. He'll get up around
Move the sticks
midfield.
with that completion.
I'll tell you, he put
That would be
one
where
right
you'd want
on
to
the
take.
money.
That's it. Okay.
They're just out
They
there
did
playing
burn a
little
couple of
pitch and
seconds
catch.
there. You'd like
And
to
it
see him
looks like
take it
they're
just a
going to go
skosh
no
sooner,
huddle.
but that's fine. You want to just. That's where you take the timeout.
The
The big
Dolphins
play
got
up
the
the field,
quarter
25-yard gain or whatever it is. That's where you want to go. Okay, timeout. Timeout.
To the air.
The
on
short
first
gains
down.
are where you want to
With
see.
the throw. The 40. The 30.
Oh
Sends the
no!
pass. The
He's
20.
going to stay in
He tried to get
bounds.
all he could
He's going to
after
stay
making
in
the
bounds.
reception.
That's so
This
bad
play
for
was simply a
Buffalo.
case of the
What
receiver
should have been a
outrunning
shot
the
or two at the
defender
end
down
zone
the
is going to
field.
end up with
Looks like they'll go
a
with a hurry up
spiked
here.
ball and a field goal try. if they can get this ball off. Oh my goodness. That man took so long to get to the line and get set. Somehow 11 seconds wasn't enough. Wow.
Madden and the kicking team come on for this field goal attempt. The kick is up. Through the uprights and
Kick is up and the kick is good. Buffalo
It's good
scores
again
at
for the
the
second
buzzer.
time today. It's the end of the second
They
quarter.
cut the
with
lead
the
to
score,
4.
Miami
Dolphins
10,
with one
Buffalo
big play
6.
to give themselves a
Welcome back
7-point
as we
lead.
get the
Buffalo cuts
second
into it
half
just a little
underway.
bit. Right at the end of the half. Passing yards, surprisingly, a lot of them. I mean, most of them on like a couple of plays. Especially for Miami, who
Here's
had
the
the
kickoff
70-yard pass play. Buffalo had probably 50 of their pass yards on those last 2 plays. That almost
Short kick. He didn't
cost
get
them an
much of that
opportunity.
one.
Once you get
From
to a
the
point
10-yard
where it's like
line.
you versus one and they have the leverage. Oh, we got run into it by his own player, but it doesn't matter. The Buffalo Bills are going to take the opening kickoff in the second half for 6. A man ran into him. We're going to take a look at it here. Bam, tried to come back to get a block, instead ran into his own man. And instead it's Davis to the house. Kickoff return for a touchdown. How exciting. What a way to start half number 2. And Buffalo, just like that, takes a 3-point lead. Or 2-point lead, excuse me, with the extra points pending. I don't know how to do math. It was too exciting.
The kicking team heads out onto the field. And it's up.
Kick is up. Kick is good. And you can go back to the Heward interception.
Before the offense can even take the field.
Gave Buffalo an opportunity to get down the field.
And it can be done, because I've seen it happen just like that. 2 kick returns in a matter of seconds.
Which allowed them to score 3 points.
Rivalry this is at the beginning of the game.
Wow.
And another classic is in the works right now after the first half of play.
You know, I've watched these guys play for years, and the players for both teams seem to turn it up a few notches when these two get together.
The kickoff team lines up. Should be a return here.
Kick is away.
From the
And it'll
9-yard
be
line.
inside the 10-yard line.
The
Trying to
Dolphins
do a little
will start
spin
the
move, but there were
drive
3
from
Bills
21-yard
in the way. And he'll get taken down at the 21-yard line. Heward brings the Dolphins out.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 21.
It would be wild to watch Miami lose this game and lose the next game and potentially
Heward
not make the
sets up.
playoffs.
Lewis
They finished
setting up
10 and
play
6.
action with the pass, and he's unable
Hit
to hang
as he
on to
had
that
the ball
one.
in his hands, incomplete pass. We'd like to see these teams work in the running game a little bit more, not just because this video is going to be very long from my perspective, but just to don't get so pass happy. Don't be so one-dimensional. Throw some run in there. I know your running backs have fumbled pretty consistently here, but there you go. Give him some work. Nice job to break out. Oh my goodness, what a run. He is all the way up, I believe, past the 50. It really stayed zoomed in there. That is a monster run. That's what you want to see. I mean, they have thrown the ball a little bit, soften up that defense, hit him with the run. They're a little further back.
Downhill runners. And this guy could do it
They
with
are
speed.
indeed past the 50 into Buffalo Bills territory at the 46-yard line.
Man in motion.
Both motion from left to right. They're going to go with an I formation. They'll do the run. Nice spin move there. Broke the first tackle, but could not break the second one.
Sideline for a blow.
Falls forward for a solid gain there.
About 2 to go.
Stay after him. Give it all you got.
The Dolphins using motion.
2nd and 2.
Receives the
Goes for the
handoff.
handoff.
He's taken down at the
Down at the
33-yard
shoulders,
line. And that's a
but not
good
before
gain
he
up
gets
the
the
middle for
first down.
Now, that's my kind
It's
of football.
inside the
The big
35-yard
guys
line.
up front, getting ahead on somebody.
Miami
and
Dolphins
making
doing a good
hole
job
to get
kind
a
of just
first
letting
down.
this clock tick. If you're going to pass the ball, at
Only
least
one
be
man
efficient
back.
with it.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Get at him, D. Get in there.
Hands off to the tailback.
Handoff runs into his own offensive lineman. Gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
It was just about impossible to run when you have guys in the
Not a whole
backfield
lot going
just
there.
as soon as you snap the ball.
They're They're on the outskirts of field goal range. I forget exactly what the field goal we saw that was no good, like what the distance was on that. This would be, what, 40, 51? Something like that? Got to get closer than that. Put it in Hubert's hands, and he threw it. Interception. A disaster again for the Miami Dolphins, who just can't stop turning the ball over. I mean, perfect defense there by number 53. Just backed up, sat in his zone, and when the ball came to him, made the play.
So
see if the Buffalo Bills want to shift into any sort of run-first offense. This is their first drive of the second half because they did have the kickoff return to light off half number 2. Some excitement. Bell picks up a couple there.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
We'll give him a 3.
Drops back.
Couch drops back, throws, and finds a receiver. He got brought back. I believe his momentum should count for the first down. He did get kind of drugged back by the defense, not of his own volition, as we've seen a couple of guys do. They will indeed give him the first down out at the 45-yard line. We have seen 10-point runs this week as a fairly consistent thing.
After that turnover, here's how both teams
6
are doing in
total
that
turnovers. 6 of them.
Miami comes out in a dime package.
Couch short drop. Looks like a little bit of a wide receiver screen. Just use that speed to get around the defender who took the terrible angle.
I'll tell you what, he does a great job of using his hands and not letting the ball get into his body. He's worked very hard to improve his pass catching, and I think he's become one of the best out there.
First and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. And this is the 5th play of this drive. Using motion. Pass play here on first down. Pressure coming. Rolling.
Couch throws into double coverage. Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah, what happens? You get
with his good hands comes up with the grab.
Stay in that rhythm until the
This
defense
Buffalo Bills team is moving down the field effectively. Looking to extend this lead to 6, perhaps 10.
Williams in the backfield.
First and 10. Williams spins out.
Looks like a gain of about 2 on that counter.
Tried to hit that hole so hard it froze the game up a little bit. Second down and 7.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Fakes the handle.
Oh, I like the concept there. They've been running the ball consistently on this drive. Give them a formation that maybe makes them think run. Go with the play action pass, but terrific positioning on the defensive side by Miami to put a guy just right in front. It's like, hey, it was a quick step drive. It was like a 3-step drop, turn and fire as that 3rd step hits. It almost resulted in another turnover. Diving reception that time for Buffalo. Nice route running there.
He put everything he had.
Offense probably going to have a bit of an advantage foot-wise.
So they have first and 10 here. Ball on the 13-yard line. On the call. Breaks the
Run left side. Williams didn't recognize that he probably should have broke left soon enough.
7-yard gain on the play.
So it's a short gain.
The Dolphins come out in a nickel package.
Ball on the 7-yard line.
Second down and
Play of this
3.
drive.
Over the handoff. They're going to go left side again. He dives and gets the goal line.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Ricky Williams. And the Bills trailed 10-3. Are now on a 17-0 run to give themselves a 10-point lead. I don't know exactly what the time left in the third quarter is, but 26 seconds left in the third quarter.
They'll line up for the extra point. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. A good-looking drive, and they score the touchdown. The offensive unit should be very pleased with their performance on that one.
Big players make big plays, and that scores touchdown. Give some credit to the linemen out there. They're the biggest guys in the field, and without them, no one gets into the end zone.
The kickoff team lines up.
Lined up for the kickoff. Number 31.
Sends it sail. From the 10.
Nice run back by the Dolphins. Doesn't quite get to the 30, but
forcing the
still pretty okay field position. See what the Dolphins want to do here on this drive. Now down 10.
First and 10. Ball on their own 29. Using motion. He gets the carry.
Following that handoff, slips through some tackles. Not a bad gain there.
7-yard gain on the play.
Miami can be effective on the ground. I don't see why you can't use it. You don't have to get the touchdown here. See if you can just pick up 3. Pick up 3, put the defense back out there, see if they can get a stop, then go for 7. Or if you get deep enough, try and get 7. Stop, go for 3. One last play here before the end of the third quarter. He's going to do a little step that he didn't need to do, or a little jump there.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that for first down,
cross the first down marker.
Some adjustments to slow this guy down.
And that is how the third quarter will end.
So we've reached the end of the third quarter.
Well, Buffalo there, they scored 14 points in quarter number 3. Now lead by 10. 20-10 with 5 minutes to decide this one. Be interesting to see if the computer elects to do anything else, or if they change the game plan up, because now it's 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter rather than the third quarter. Instead, they'll keep handing off to Lewis. I thought maybe we'd see a little bit more of a pass-happy attack, but I do feel like that is a bad move for the Dolphins. They don't have to get away from the run just yet.
2nd and 8 coming up here. Ball on their own 45.
Though not the best of gains on 1st and 10.
Buffalo comes out in their nickel pack.
The throw over the middle finds a receiver in Buffalo territory.
As they pick up the first
That'll
down
work for a first down.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
He gets the carry.
With a run.
Just about 2 yards. In the
down after a gain of a couple. Lewis with 68 yards. Williams with 46 yards. Some of the bigger numbers we've seen today.
About 8 yards. Ball on the 43-yard line. They're blitzing.
Hayward drops back, throws, and
very lucky that wasn't intercepted.
I bet you as soon as he let that go,
what
he was
on
wishing
earth
he could have it back.
happened
that could
there?
easily have been an interception.
Buffalo comes out in their nickel.
Is it like Damian Hayward? Is it like it's not? I don't think it's who I think it is. It doesn't matter. 3rd down and 8. That was a terrible throw. The receiver wasn't even looking for the ball. Like his character model just either broke or wasn't expecting it at all, so he just gave up.
With the throw.
There's a big throw on 3rd down and 8 down to the 30-yard
Watch it
line.
here. This is a
That'll
great
pick up
call
a first
on 3rd
down.
down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here, but this is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that first down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. Pass play here on first down. Under pressure.
Heward takes the sack.
Down for the sack.
And it just looked like the
With a
defense
great
ran
blend of
into him
size
there, and he just
speed.
fell
He
over.
sure did, and I think it left a mark.
I don't know that it left a mark there,
Second
John.
down, and they need 15 for the first. Ball on the 36-yard line. Pressure gets the pass off.
Goes to the right side, and that one's going to be intercepted. That might all but do it. Peterson, with his first interception of the day, has 3 tackles. And that's, I mean, you got to come away with at least 3 there to make a 1-score game. It's a bad throw to the right side. Try to go with a little bit of like a double move, but just a bad throw that's well short.
Following the interception, it's now 1st and 10.
They'll take over at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
Gets the
Offset
ball.
high formation. This is what you want to see out of Buffalo. Protect that 10-point
Much to
lead.
work with on that one.
Run it with Williams with an
because the
offset high
defense did a
formation.
good
I mean,
job
maybe not the offset high
anticipating
formation.
snap
That feels take it or
With
leave
an
it. but
aggressive defense like this, a hard count could be an effective way to keep them off balance while trying to draw them offside.
A little fullback run.
maybe 3
Miami,
yards on
or
the ground for the
yeah, Miami's
fullback.
getting a little bit of a benefit here with the poor clock management from Buffalo. Should have run that clock down
Miami comes
so
out in their
low.
nickel
On
package.
the 29-yard line.
I mean, with that 70 seconds, you could have run it down to the 2-minute warning.
Looking
Gosh,
for
they left
room.
19 seconds on the clock. Williams with a couple of nice spin
Good
moves.
job up front.
Don't
as the
always see
line
those,
springs the back for the first down.
Used
And then
super
Madden Nails'
effectively, but this
offensive line
time
did a
we
heck of a
do.
job of blocking that blitz.
And
That
this is
allowed
where,
the
like,
Vikings to get through the line
so I don't know
into the
how much was
secondary.
left on the initial one. Even if it's just 19, which it wasn't, it was way more than that. You're looking at 38 seconds. 38 seconds. You can just get the heck out of here with a victory.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 41.
And that, I mean, 38 seconds was 2:38 was where you were on that clock right there. You take those 38 seconds, throw it in there. You're right at the 2-minute warning. They should. Why do they keep snapping it at 19? This Dolphins defense just doesn't seem to have enough left in the tank. That interception
What
was
happened they
the
missed him
game
with the blitz.
sealer.
When they did that, there were
It
no
felt like
linebackers to convert.
The Dolphins had to get
That's how he
through,
got
right?
by the first down mark.
They're probably, maybe even trying to get, maybe with the field positioning, it's more important for them or imperative for them to even just get 7 right there. But that interception felt like such a nail in the coffin. And Buffalo is driving me nuts here.
2 minutes left.
2-minute warning here. We'll see if that adjusts what the game wants to do. They keep snapping it at 19 seconds to go.
They'll go from the I formation. And we've reached the 2-minute mark. They'll go with a run once again.
The run to the left side,
Picks up
spun
about 2
down.
on that carry.
Not much of a gain there.
I'm guessing
3rd
this
down
should be
and
a run.
short here.
The defense can't be
They can take a
lollygagging
timeout.
around.
Oh my
Because if they are and
gosh.
they give up a first, this one's over.
3rd and
I guess
5.
Buffalo has a
Coming up.
little bit more of an argument as compared to, I think it was Baltimore earlier in the season. Baltimore, a team that I don't think we really watched all that much.
43-yard line.
Again with the carry. The defender goes
3rd
down.
down and 5.
Carries the
4th
ball
down is
for
going to
3,
force a
maybe 4
timeout by
yards.
Miami.
And so the offense gets one more shot to see
guess
what
it
they
didn't
can
really
do here
matter.
with the time remaining.
Buffalo looks kind of smart right now. Honestly, I'd go for it on 4th and 1, up 10. Miami would have 1 or no timeouts
Is
left.
the deep return man. Here's the punt. Fair catch.
Terrific job by Buffalo. Parked right off the guy's helmet and then
First
kind of
down,
kicked it
maybe
around a
where
little
they
bit.
try something
It's
towards
first
the end
down
zone,
and 10
since
from
they'll
the
have 3 more
5-yard
downs to
line.
work with after that.
Out of the
1st and
shotgun.
10. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Heward sets up, dropping back to pass on first down.
Heward throws to the right side, not deep enough. Second down and inches. Miami hustles to the
There bound to
line.
be some holes in the pass cover. Good quarterbacks will take advantage of that, using short passes underneath.
Throws it,
to move
and
the
it's
ball.
off the hands of
Short pass
incomplete. So third
brings
down
up
and
third
inches.
down play. And so running out of both time and downs, they'll have to pick up the first down here to keep their very slim hopes alive. Dropping back, pressure coming with the throw.
Throws, and that is well over the receiver's head, but a terrific leaping grab there. Pick up the first down and a nice spin move to get some extra yards. Gives Miami a 1st and 10.
Passing on first down. Closing in, throwing.
Throws over the middle, finds a receiver. This was a bad time for Heward to get into a rhythm.
Yeah,
Just
we
a little
talk
too
about
late.
putting a ball on a guy.
That's why it was so imperative for them
Put
to get
ball
that
on the receiver perfectly.
get those
And they're going
points
without a huddle.
on the previous drive.
We're just about down to 1 minute. Gets the pass off.
Kind of worked
Pass is
exactly the
complete.
way
And
Miami
against
would have
first and
wanted
10.
it. They were able
Hey,
to
they're
use their
getting a good
timeouts.
push up
Buffalo
front.
didn't do a
And
great job with
receivers are
clock
getting open,
management.
they're making the
The
catch.
defense for
That's what you
Miami
have
did
to
what
do
they
to get
needed
in
to
the end
do.
zone.
And now they have a quarterback in rhythm, but instead of being down 3 or 7, they find themselves still down 10 because of an errant throw on the
They
previous
have to move him down
drive.
quickly here on second down. So it's 2nd and 10. Drops back under pressure. with the
Drops and
pass.
throws left
Pass
side,
ball's incomplete.
spinningly
Incomplete.
batted
Bring up
away.
Third down.
One guy back there
Four down
kind of covering
territory
2
here.
receivers, and just with a sweet, like, spin chop,
The
knocked the
quarterback
ball away,
is back in
forcing
the
3rd down
shotgun.
and 10 with 44 seconds to go.
Gets the pass off.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
A lot of space in front of him.
Buffalo's going to intercept it to end it. It feels fitting that a turnover is the not the final play of the game, but it really salts it away. There were 8 total turnovers in this or something.
That means you've got yourself
Something
a win.
absolutely wild. Heward falters in the big spotlight here in Buffalo. Buffalo scores 17 unanswered points. 14 in the 3rd quarter alone. He took a
That's their
freaking
last
timeout.
one. And a kneel down here on second down is the most likely scenario.
Second and 12. Ball on the 49-yard line.
Third and long. Ball on their own 47.
They shouldn't do anything here.
The Dolphins come out in the quarter defense.
Ball on the 47-yard line.
There's no reason for them to snap this ball.
Let's go. Come on. Give it all you got, Pete. Come on.
All right, well, there you go. Pretty wild first quarter. A fairly mundane second quarter. For the Buffalo Bills, it was an explosive 3rd quarter and then a 4th quarter that saw Miami try and fail to make a comeback.
That'll wrap this one up, and
The
final
Bills
score
improved to
is
11
Buffalo
and 4
20,
on the season with a
Miami
10-point
10.
victory, 20-10 over
This
the
concludes another EA
Dolphins.
Sports presentation.
And that
For
is
John
game
Madden
number
and
3
Melissa
of
Starks, this
the
is Al
week
Michaels
for us.
saying
And it
so
was a
long.
really good game of the week. So we'll get out of here. We'll exit this game, and we will get you scores. We'll get you standings, and we'll take a peek at next week, kind of see what we're looking at as far as some of the matchups that could have big playoff implications. Come on, franchise mode. Shout out to Autosave. Big fan of it. Thought it broke in MLB The Show yesterday when I was playing. Which I think is a video that would have gone up Sunday, maybe? All right. Uncheck these games. Simulating the week. Could see some teams eliminated today. We'll see what we get here. All right. The Buccaneers, they trample all over the Falcons 31-14. That'll eliminate the Falcons from playoff contention. They needed a win today to improve to 7-8 and at least give themselves an opportunity, but that did not happen. The Vikings, they take advantage and they are actually able to get to 7-8 with a 31-24 victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that should solidify Buffalo as the home field advantage in the AFC, and that means that if Miami had one, they would have home field advantage, but now they're likely going to be a 5 seed. The Jets take out the Patriots in overtime 19-13. The Jets improve to 10-5, which is coincidentally the record of the Miami Dolphins, who fell to the Buffalo Bills 20-10. They are both 10-5. We'll keep an eye on the Broncos game, but this could be a very big matchup. Jets Dolphins, I believe it's the matchup next week. I hope it's the matchup next week that we could be looking at it. The Lions fall 23-3 to the hands of the hands of the Panthers to fall to 10-5. Let's see. The Bears fall at home by 6 in overtime. They fall to 4-11 at the hands of Washington. In overtime, we see the Ravens improve to... we watched that game. I forgot about that. 23-20, your final from Cleveland. Pretty good game there that opened up the day. The Cowboys, they win by 7. They improve to 10-5. I think there's at least 2 teams now at 10-5 in the NFC. There could be like 4. It's wild. Unless Tampa Bay won earlier today, right? Yeah, they're 11-4. I think Tampa Bay will have they'll have a leg up on the home field advantage with their victory today. But the Cowboys, 34-27 winners over the New York Giants. And that should clinch them the NFC East as well. So should see some clinchings happen here. The Texans improved to 8-7, 36-31 victory. They might have a shot at the AFC South. I don't know how the tiebreakers are going to work exactly, but they need Jacksonville to lose next week. The Saints, they fall to the Jacksonville Jaguars, who picked up that win that I was just kind of talking about. Score is closer than it would indicate. Saints were out of that game for most of the second half. There was a pretty disastrous point midway in the third quarter that really put Jacksonville at an insurmountable advantage. The Bengals, they get spanked 31-13 at the hands of the Rams. They fall to 8-7. It's going to make for a very interesting AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they improve to 8-7. 27-9 victory over the Chargers at home. The 49ers, stunning upset. That's the second time that we have had the 49ers. I just thought they'd lose, and they proved that maybe they're a better team than their record indicates. They beat the Eagles, who now fall to 7-8. That is a huge victory for the Saints. That is a huge victory for the Vikings. And it would have been a bigger one, because if the Saints had won and the Eagles had lost, I would have flipped them. But now I think the Eagles still in control of their own destiny. The Cardinals beat the Seahawks. Both teams now 6-9. Nice. 45-17 your score in Indianapolis as the Battle of Peyton Manning teams goes in favor of the Broncos. And the Packers improved to 10-5 with a 33-20 victory over the Oakland Raiders. Let's take a look at the standings. This feels like it's gonna be wild. We have 3 11-4 teams, a bunch of 10-5 teams. I know I'm looking at just strictly the NFL. That is a lot of double-digit win teams. In the AFC, the Bills have clinched a playoff berth, and they are literally the only team in the AFC who has. That is wild. They haven't even clinched home field advantage yet, because the Jets could end up with 11 wins. The Broncos, the Dolphins could all end up with 11-5 records if the Bills lose. Bills win, they get home field advantage. Number 1. That's all they have to do. Broncos currently sitting at the 2 seed thanks to the Chiefs losing today. So they'll get at least, if the standings hold now, which they would, Bills would be the 1 seed. Broncos would be the 2, but could get the 1, depending on tiebreakers, perhaps. The Jets and the Dolphins currently sitting in the 4 or 3-4 spot. The Chiefs are actually out of the playoffs right now. Wow. Jaguars lead the AFC South. Ravens in charge of the AFC North, which has 3 teams in contention going into week number 17. Oh, God. The NFC is all figured out. 5 of the 6 spots are accounted for. 1 up for grabs. The Eagles currently lead that. Could have been the Saints today. Could have been the Saints, but they could not get their stuff together. The Vikings are 7-8. Eagles, Saints, all 7-8. Lions, Packers, Cowboys, Bucks, Rams, all clinched playoff spots. It'll just kind of depend on who wins and loses. Could actually have a Packers-Lions playoff matchup if this were to hold, because that would be the 4 and 5. Eagles would go face the Cowboys. So you could have a couple of rivalry games in there. That is interesting. The AFC North is still not sorted out, which is not surprising in any way, shape, or form. That is not surprising. The Browns could finish in 4th place with an 8-8 record, which is wild. Ravens, Steelers, Bengals are all tied for first place. The AFC South not quite sorted out as well. Jaguars just have to win, and they'll put themselves in the playoffs and kill the hopes and dreams of the Houston Texans. Colts and Titans have been out of it for a bit. AFC East still up for grabs. Bills have at least clinched a playoff spot, but who knows what they are? Who knows where they end up? They are currently in first at 11-4. They win, they are the 1 spot. Simple as that. Jets, Dolphins currently in the playoffs. Depending on what happens out in the AFC West, you could see both those teams in. You can see one of those teams in. It's not for sure just yet. AFC West not quite settled either, which is wild. I can't believe that the AFC literally only has 1 team that's even clinched a playoff berth. That is wow. Broncos lead at 10-5. They're currently the 2 seed. A win would solidify them in that 2 seed. If the Bills win and the Broncos win, there's your 1-2. Chiefs would maybe be out of the playoffs. Chargers and Raiders have been defunct for a while. In the NFC North, Packers and Lions, they have clinched a playoff berth. Currently the 4 and 5 spot, which means that the Lions would travel to Green Bay for playoff football in Lambeau. The Vikings still in contention, though I think they're going to need quite a bit of help. It'd be nice if they had eliminated, because I don't know how the tiebreakers would. Well, no, if the Vikings win, then the Eagles, Vikings win, Eagles lose, Saints lose, then the Vikings would be in. NFC South has been the Buccaneers division for a while now. They were one of the first to clinch, if not the first to clinch. Saints, with an opportunity, they have to win with the Vikings and the Eagles losing. NFC East, that's clinched. Eagles have to win with the Vikings and the Saints losing. NFC West has been the Rams for a while, as the Seahawks specifically really fell off down the stretch. That Cleveland game is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay. The AFC is so wild. 1 team, and they just clinched a spot. They don't have anything. So the Bills play the Patriots. Not super interesting. Seahawks, 49ers, both teams are out. Eagles game, they're playing a 5-10 Washington team, out. The Chiefs are playing the Bears, Colts, Texans, That one feels like it could be interesting, but it's not in the Texans' hands. Buccaneers are playing the Titans. Cowboys, Saints. Okay. Saints would need to win that game. And the Cowboys have looked pretty fraudulent when we've had them in the videos, so that could be a good one. Rams and the Lions. That's a battle for playoff positioning. Could end up both at 11-5, with the Lions would win head-to-head. Browns, Bengals. Bengals would just need to win. Jaguars, Falcons. Raiders, Chargers. Broncos, Packers. That one's kind of interesting. 6-9, 5-10. 7-8, 6-9. Vikings, Cardinals is kind of interesting. I think this was right around the time where the Vikings needed to beat the Cardinals in the final week, and then the Cardinals beat them, and the Packers snuck into the playoffs or something weird. That was like, it was like the worst possible scenario, because the Vikings missed the playoffs, and then the Cardinals threw away like the number 1 draft pick. Oh, Ravens, Steelers. Jets, Dolphins. Okay. So there's quite a few games to take a look at. Obviously, Jets, Dolphins, your game of the week with two 10-5 teams battling each other. Steelers, Ravens is a really good one to look at. And we have some others that are just kind of for playoff positioning. But we'll see. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I can't believe how much is up for grabs in the AFC. That is pretty wild. It's kind of felt like it was going to go that way, but every once in a while you end up with that situation where it feels like there's a lot going on, and then all of a sudden 1 or 2 weeks go by and it's like, oh, it's all buttoned up and there's nothing really to worry about. We'll be back next week. Week number 17, then we're going to jump into 3 straight weeks of playoff football. So get excited for that. If you'd like to see everything that happens, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. I appreciate you very much for watching, and we will see you next Tuesday right here on youtube.com/ShaunosaurusRex for more random rosters. It's exciting. Very exciting.